Magandang bakbakan sa top lane to kasi talagang boxing na naman to. Ito pinakamasaya sa mga nakikita natin sa mga top lane talaga eh. May kruhan effect na hindi mo alam kung sinong matibay na lang siguro.
Alam mo, GMRab kahapon, nakita natin itong si Jax na mid lane.
Yes, ginawang mid lane against Jarvan.
Yes, kahapon sa Decipher natin sa ating Open League yata yun or VIP League. Mid lane na Jax versus Jarvan. Nung early game, nung umpisa pa lang ng laban, kita mo naman kung gaano ito ka-effective. Yes. Pero at the latter part of the game, unti-unting nakabawi si Jarvan sa tulong ng kanyang jungle.
Na si Volibear. Na yun nga, alam naman natin lahat na si Jax ay pang-counter kay Jarvan na talagang medyo mahihirapan talaga si Jarvan pag sa laning phase. Pero yun nga, sa tulong ng kanilang jungler kahapon sa Decipher, yun, ayun na.
Ito medyo na-surprise ako. Kanina, kitang-kita naman natin ngayon na itong si Thresh ni Emily Astarte ay merong Ignite. So, hindi siya pumuha ng exhaust. Parang anong tawag dito eh? Parang Tiwala Gaming.
Tiwala Gaming. Aggressive mode, kumbaga.
Aggressive mode, kumbaga. So, and knowing na meron siyang death sentence to disable yung kanyang kalaban at yung the box niya, I think ito yung magiging susi niya para ipanalo ang kanyang laban sa bottom lane. Let's see kung ano pwede nilang gawin. So far, habang meron pa tayong 1 and 50 minute delay, bago mag-start ang laban, tignan muna natin ang kanilang runes. By request ng natin para umabot tayo. Kay Emily Hate, we have plus 13 armor, 8.5 magic penetration, 11 magic resist, and 4.5 movement speed. Emily Hate yan using Rumble, pero attack speed 10% para kay Emily PF, physical damage 5.1, armor plus 13, magic resist at level 18 plus 24, movement speed plus 30%. We have naman dito kay Emily Chok as their mid lane using Zed, 11 physical damage, 13 armor, 5.1 armor penetration, 12 magic resist. Kay Emily BYY naman using Varus, physical damage hindi. I think hindi ito yun eh. Kasi wala siyang critical. Pero mukhang yun nga yata. Ayun, first time na makita natin yun si Emily BYY na walang critical chance, 1% critical chance, physical damage, 13 armor, lifesteal bonus 4%, 3.0 mana regen per 5 seconds at level 18, 8.0 magic resist. More on na-focus siya ngayon sa kanyang magic resist knowing na kanyang kalaban ay poke team composition. Physical damage plus 15, 13 armor, 1.6 mana regen per 5 seconds. We have naman dito magic resist at level 18 plus 11. Kay Jax naman tayo.
Kay Jax naman tayo, physical damage plus 10, attack speed plus 11%, armor plus 13, of course, magic resist plus 8.0.
Kay Emily, kay stated once naman.
Attack speed 10%, physical damage 6.8, armor penetration 3.8, armor plus 13, and magic resist at level 18 plus 24.
16 seconds left.
Yan, kay Golden naman, plus 13 armor and magic penetration 7.8, ability power at level 18 plus 28, and ability power plus 15. Kay Ezreal naman, plus
5
armor
seconds.
plus armor 13 and magic penetration 7 point. At hindi
tayo umabot. Konting oras na lang sana, pero parang ang nangyari dito is yung mga bati-batian portion na sobrang bilis lang. Na meron ka lang oras para tapusin ang iyong oras. Pero ito, game muna tayo so far sa mga pagkakataong ito. Laban ito ng Manila Eagles versus the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. So GM Rap, ano ba yung pinapanood ng mga players natin ngayon nakakatunin pa lang?
Para po sa mga nakakatunin pa lang, you are watching Garena Premier League live Summer Season 2013. Para po sa mga kararating lang at yun.
And bago ang lahat, gusto nga pala magpakilala. Ako nga pala si GG Sphere, kasama ko ngayong gabi, si GM Rob.
Yan.
So let's see kung ano yung pwede mangyari dito. So far sa kanilang lineup, Rumble, Nautilus, Zed, Varus, and Thresh versus Jax, Vi, Diana, Ezreal, and Sona. So probably ano kayong mangyari dito? Punta muna tayo sa top lane. Rumble versus Jax.
Ayun nga.
AP champion versus AD champion.
Marami na tayong mga matchups na nakikita ganyan like Jarvan versus Elise, Rumble versus ganyan. Pero yun nga, depende pa rin sa micro skills ng mga top laner na dahil pare-parehas naman silang magkukulang sa lanes. So hindi natin alam what will happen sa top lane.
Ano ba yung micro na yan? Yan ang micro. Sa natin hindi nakakalam, ito yung mga parang tipong makulit moves. Yung parang magalawan dito.
Kumbaga, labanan ng tibok ng puso yan eh.
Yes, ito talagang payo lang. Sabi sa akin ng isang top pro player dati, na ang sekreto lang sa top lane is yung kailangan mong abusuin yung pagkakaroon mo ng bush doon. Dahil pwede kang gawin mo, is yung parang tago-tago dun sa bush, sabay labas, tago sa labas, ganun lang. Then poke damage.
Labas-pasok lang. Depende lang kung tatama yung mga poke damage na kaya mong ipato sa kanila or hindi.
Ito, ayusin ko muna ang ating settings. Pero so far, nag-post ang game natin. Ito, Jemar, tuloy natin yung usapan din kanina. Early game, tingin mo, kanina sabi na natin, sino manalo sa top lane natin?
Yun nga,
Jax or Rumble?
Like nga sinabi ko, hindi pa natin pwedeng masabi yan as early as now. Pero siguro pag exchange ng talagang nagbubukas sa feeling ko lamang si Jax having that physical damage na pwede niya ibato kay Rumble. Pero syempre, huwag natin kalimutan na merong armor si Rumble na parang maging advantage siya pandagdag ng onting buhay sa kanya sa top lane.
So ano yung pwede mangyari dito? Take note, merong shield itong si Emily Hate, si Rumble, para mag-compensate sa kanyang kalaban. Pero let's see kung ano yung pwedeng gagawin nila dito. And the advantage ba, para kay Emily Hate, ay hindi siya gagamit ng mana. So let's see kung ano yung pwede nilang gawin to win this game.
Ayan, medyo...
Nagkakatansyahan dito, XXF na Ibe, 4 na champion ng Manila Eagles ang nakauli sa kanya. First blood for the Manila Eagles dito sa ating laban.
Grabe, napakagandang discard din pagdaan nila sa top lane. Talagang medyo bulag ang KLH doon na hindi nila ina-expect na 4 na members na ng Team Manila Águilas ang nag-aabang sa top. So, very nice play coming from the Team Manila Águilas to get the first blood.
Sayang wala tayong sound, hindi ko naririnig kung ano yung mga nangyari. Pero sana, mas intense sana mga pangyari. Pero so far, at this point of time, we are seeing na nakuha ng first blood ang Manila Eagles at nakuha nila ang buhay ni Jax. Team mo, Jemra, with that advantage, take note si Rumble pa ang nakakuha. Plus 400 gold. And assist sa kanyang 4 na champion. Sobrang mag-snowball sa kanya as a top lane dito versus Jax. At mahihirapan talaga itong si Jax na makapantay kay Emily Hate dito sa ating laban.
Lumamang na kagad sa point of time na yun, si Rumble. Siyempre, next na pagbalik niya na is talagang may mga item naman siyang mabibili na magpapalamang sa kanya sa top lane. Kalaban si Jax.
Yes, at this point in time, kalmadong tayo sa mga sitwasyon natin. Kanya-kanyang kuha ng kanilang buffs at walang steal na nangyayari dito. Dahil nga sa meta natin ngayon, hindi na tulad ng dati na pwede kang mag-steal. Na tingin mo mas effective yung pag-steal ng iyong kalaban na jungler.
Pero siguro good choice na rin yung ginawa ng Team Manila Águilas na hindi na sila over-committed na much better na i-defend natin yung mga kanya-kanyang jungle natin. Tapos, yun na, okay na yun. Tama na.
Pagpahinga mo tayo mga kaibigan, pero so far, kalmado tayo. Dito naman tayo sa mid lane. Emily Chok versus KLH Golden. Ano kayong mangyayari dito? AD champion versus AP champion. Diana versus Zed. Well, pagdating sa poke damage, may advantage itong si Chok. Kitang-kita mo naman, grabe ang ginagawa niya doon. Ginamit niya lang ang kanyang illusion technique at tatalon siya doon para makatalon. And magbigay sa kanya ng poke damage sa kanyang kalaban. Pero gumamit ng flash si Emily Astarte at ginamit ang kanyang death sentence pero hindi ito tumama.
Hindi tumama, hindi pa sapat. Nakailag kagad si Ezreal para dun sa flash and hook ni Emily Astarte. Pero okay lang yun, nice try. Wala namang masama eh. Early part of the game pa lang naman.
Yes, umpisa pa ng mga pangyayari. Pero advantage to para sa KLH na burn nila yung flash ni Thresh. So probably kapag nakita natin na nagagank ang kanilang jungler sa bottom lane, advantage for them at siguradong masesecure nila ang kill dito kay Emily Astarte. Pero gaya nga sinabi natin sa top lane, pumasok ngayon si Nautilus para mag-gank kay XXF na iwan dito. Pinasok ngayon ni Vi para ligtas ang kanyang kakampi. Pero so far, these two champions, 2 versus 2 tayo dito. KLH versus Manila Eagles sa top lane. Ignited ngayon si Jax. Tumalo na si Emily Hate. Ganun din naman si Jax. Ano kayo mangyayari? Mapatay nila ang buhay ni XXF. Tainted was na nga rin kanyang buhay dito. Grabe, hinatak ni Emily PF. Good job. Napa-flash out na at nagbigyan pa nila. Double kill para kay Nautilus.
Grabe.
Good job.
Isang guhit na lang GG Spear. Pero yun nga, butay nakuha pa rin ni Emily PF ang double kill sa top lane. At medyo masakit-sakit na sa puso at nakakadalawang patay na si Jax.
Yes, sobrang hirap ang pagbigay ng pressure dito ng Manila Eagles against dito sa KLH. So far, 3-0 na ang score natin. An advantage ito para sa Manila Eagles na mag-snowball sa kanilang laban. Take note, ang jungler, isa sa pinaka-importanting role yan. At yan ang role na kailangan nakapagpataba ng sobra sa early game. Kapag itong role na ito ay nakapagpataba ng early game pa lang, magbibigay sa kanila ng advantage na makapag-gank ng successful sa kahit anong pagkakataon na gusto niyang gawin.
And syempre, pati yung mga magiging successful rin, syempre yung mga early ganks at talagang napakalaking advantage pag jungler ang nakakuha ng mga kills. Dahil yun nga, na napakahirap tansyahin kung magsasuccess ka ba sa jungle or hindi. So dahil nakakuha si Emily PF, siguro gagamitin niya yung advantage na yun para makalamang sa jungle.
Pero guys, hinatang ngayon ni Emily PF si Red Hot Race ng ano ba kanyang buhay na pa-flash out na. Ano kayang gagawin niya? Tinamaan ng lintik itong kaibigan natin. Pero grabe na. Why Haynes ng ano ba kanyang buhay. Pero ginamit ng mystic shot dito ni Emily VIY. Gamit dito naiwan ngayon si Varus. Pero ginamit ng shield. Tainted Ones na ipit dito sa first tier turret ng kanilang kakampi.
Grabe.
Pero hindi pa rin sa mata kanyang ginawa para makatakbo doon.
Yes,
Ang ganda.
VYY got the double kill na sobrang ganda. Na tansyado nila yung Torre kung sino titirahin at saktong-sakto ang pag-flash out. Sobrang worth it. So, ang score natin ngayon ay 6-0 in favor of Team Manila Aguilas na sobrang grabe nagdo-dominate ngayon sa laban na to.
Yes, ang ganda na pinapakita ngayon ng Manila Eagles sa mga laban na ito. Sobrang dominated in the early part of the game itong kanilang kalaban. Pero let's see kung ano pwedeng mangyari dito, kung masasecure ba nila itong laban na ito hanggang mid lane, hanggang mid game, hanggang late game. Let's see. Knowing League of Legends, hindi ito kampante gaming.
Oo.
Dahil kapag nakapante ka dito, anytime, pwedeng makabawi yung kalaban.
Siyempre, it's not all about the kills. Objective-wise.
Yes, objective-wise, ika nga. Kailangan mo masigurado na yung objective ninyo as a team ay lagi nyo masesecure. Dahil once na magkamali kayo dito and makampante gaming kayo, anytime, pwede kayo matalo ng inyong kalaban.
Ang laki ng possibility bumalik na. So, hindi pa naman tapos ang laro. Bilog ang bola. At yun.
Bilog ang orb refresh, gaya sabi na kanina. Pero so far, this point of time, take note, Jax ang kanilang kalaban. Jax, Ezreal, and Diana. Lalo na itong si Vi. Kapag itong mga champion ito nakapag-farm sa late game, possible na makabawi sila to win this game. Pero kapag hindi naman na-secure ang kanilang kalaban, so far, bumabagal ang ating screen. Ang ating replay ay medyo, ayan.
Nag-i-slow mo.
Nag-i-slow mo.
Ayan, sa mga pagkakataong ito, pasensya na po kayo at medyo nag-i-slow mo tayo. At tinatower dive po nila ngayon si Diana and I think Emily Chok.
Nag-slow mo ang ating screen dito so far. Ayan, normal na ulit ang ating laban pero hindi natin nakita kung ano yung nangyari. Nagkamali tayo sa ating spectator. Medyo unusual yung ating nakita. Pero ang ganda nga, yun nga, so far 7-2 ang ating score at nakabawi ng 2 kill ang KH dito sa kung ano man na nangyari habang nag-slow mo tayo.
Ayun, dahil ako nakita ko sa kasamaang palad na nag-tower dive si Emily Chok at si Emily PF, nakuha ni Vi ang double kill. At tulong ng kaibigang Torre.
Yes, third. Ayun ang mahirap dito. Kapag nakapanti ka talaga, anytime pwede kang mabawian ng inyong kalaban. At sa sandaling yun lang, take note, madaling makabawi dito ang kalaban nilang KLH. So, hindi pwedeng basta-basta ang gawin nila pagpasok, pag-initiate sa kanilang sa enemy turret nila, nahihirapan sila dito na makabawi kapag nagpatuloy ang ganong klase ng performance.
Pero syempre, good job pa rin kasi talagang kahit na double kill sila, napatay pa rin naman nila si Diana sa mid lane. So, okay lang yon.
So take note ngayon sa mga pagkakataong ito, nagabang na naman si Nautilus sa bottom lane natin to gank na naman ang bottom. Pero take note, mayroong ditong ward ang Manila Eagles at walang ward dito ang KLH. So anytime soon, pag pumasok dito si Nautilus, walang kaalam-alam ang KLH. And makikita natin ngayon kung ano pwedeng gawin dito ng Manila Eagles to kill na naman ang dalawang champion dito ng KLH.
Pero I think kahit pa paano nakakatunog na rin si Ezreal at saka si Sona sa bottom na mukhang danger is coming.
Yes, masama ang kutob ko dito mga kaibigan. Pero dahil doon, hindi nagsayang ng oras dito ang Manila Eagles at kukunin nila ang first tier turret sa bottom lane ng KLH.
And grabe. Dahil sa, I think ibibigay na pero hindi. Naubos yung creep wave nila. At yun, ipipilit pa rin talaga nila makuha. I think para makuha yung first Dragon of the game.
Alam mo, GM, ang ganda na lineup dito ng Manila Eagles. Once na makapagpasok ng Equalizer, itong si Emily Hate, mahirapan dito ang team ng KLH para magkalituan sila. Take note, ang laki ng CS ngayon ni Rumble. Compare mo naman dito kay Jax, having 56 versus 38.
And syempre, of course, Emily VY 73 against
49
CS.
Ang laki ng CS natin dito.
Yan. Medyo masakit-sakit na sa puso yun dahil lamang na nga si Emily VY sa kiss and syempre lamang pa rin siya sa CS.
So ano kayo pwedeng gawin dito ng KLH? Tingin mo, GM, ano pwedeng gawin ng KLH to na makabawi unti-unti sa laban nila dito against naman nila
Eagles? Talaga, try nilang wag magpahuli, ward sa jungle and yun, farming game.
Yes.
At pag dumating yung point na kailangan sama-sama na technique na.
Napaka-importante talaga dito ng wards dito sa ating League of Legends. Pero so far, with that being said and done, hindi nila nagsayang ng oras at kukunin nila ngayon ang first uncontested dragon dito sa laban natin. And in a 9-minute mark, nakuha ngayon ng Manila Eagles ang first dragon sa laban na ito. So ano kaya pwedeng gawin dito ng KLH kahit alam nila, take note, alam nila na kinukuha ngayon nung mga pagkakataon ngayon ng Manila Eagles ang Dragon pero hindi sila nagpilit at mag-contest. Emily Hate, dalawang champion dito, nagkamali ka na lang sa kaibigan, napaflash out ka tuloy.
Pero buti
Dahil nga
nilagyan nila
doon.
ng ward. Napakalakas ng kutob ni Emily Hate na mukhang meron tao doon at nilagyan na ng ward. At yun nga, may dalawang nandun si Golden at
Nakampante sila dito, ginamit ang equalizer para makapasok sa loob na flash out na si Golden. Pero take note, nandito ngayon si Chok sa top lane para mag-respond. Pero so far, this point of time, hirap na hirap ang KLH na mag-engage. Takot na takot sila kahit dalawang champion lang ang nandun sa Manila Eagles.
sobrang
Kasi
ginamit.
grabe ang burst damage na pwedeng gawin itong si Emily Chok to kill at least one champion ng KLH. Kapag napita sila ng isa dito, hindi na sila makakalaban kagad. Hindi na sila makakabawi. Dahil ang laki nga ng damage output na pwedeng ibigay nitong si Rumble sa kanyang mga kalaban.
Yun nga, dahil League of Legends to kailangan talaga napakalakas ng map awareness mo sa laro para tulad ng ginawa ni Emily Hate na hindi siya kagad sumilip basta-basta dun sa bush na although kahit medyo critical yon naglagay muna siya ng ward bago sumilip and yun nga, may nag-aabang na dalawa sa kanya doon.
Paglagay niya ng ward, kung mapapansin mo, hindi pa ganun kabilis yung kanyang reaction time na makaalis kagad. Bunting na siyang pumasok sa loob, pero good job para mapansin niya kagad na nanganib ang kanyang buhay. Pero ginamit na kanya Nautilus sa kanyang ultimate skill. Grabe, ignited ngayon si Golden. Golden goes down. At nakuha ngayon ni Nautilus ang kanyang buhay. So good job para dito sa pag-respond niya. Konti na lang sana kung hindi ganun na naging kampante at hindi nag-respond kagad si Nautilus. Malamang sa malamang nakuha pa niya ang buhay.
And syempre
Doon
sa 11-minute mark, almost lamang na ang team nila Agnes na around almost 5K. So medyo masakit-sakit at mga ilang major items na rin to.
Ayan, tuloy pa yan ang laban natin so far sa mga pagkakaroon ito. Emily VAY and Astarte, medyo umaasim. Still, nakuha nila ang buhay doon ni Ezreal. And gaya nga sinabi natin sa mga pagkakataon ito, kukunin niya ni Emily Hate ang top first tier turret dito ng Manila Eagles. Karoon mo tayo ng sobrang medyo minor issue sa atin dahil nga ayusin natin yung sound natin.
Hindi pa tapos ang laban at medyo nagkaroon tayo ng issue. So, relax lang tayo mga guys.
Yan, medyo tinatry natin na malagyan sana ng sound pero mukhang hindi din kayang gawin dahil kailangan itong i-restart ang ating PC. Pero so far, at this point of time, 9-2 na. Ang score natin dito in favor of Manila Eagles sa mga pagkakataon ito at 18.7k na ang gold ng Manila Eagles. Compare mo naman dito sa 13.6k gold ng KLH. Ito, tingnan natin yung gold bulk nila kung kanino nanggagaling ang lahat. Almost lahat ng pinakamaraming gold dito sa Manila Eagles. We have here, kitang-kita mo naman na napupunta kay VYY almost 4.6k na lahat ng farm niya dito sa ating laban. At ang pinakamalaki naman dito na CS, na pera para sa kanilang kalaban sa KLH ay itong si Vi, having 3.2k lang compare mo kay VYY na sobrang laki na ng gold advantage sa kanilang kalaban. And kukunin nila ngayon, ito na, ang sama-sama technique ng Manila Eagles to win this game.
Yan, sabi ko nga sa'yo, objective-wise, pag alam nila lamang na sila, much better na kunin nila yung mga turret dahil ayun talaga pinaka-importante para matapos yung laro. Na yun nga, para po sa hindi mga nakakaalam at hindi nakapansin, dalawa po ang panghatak ng Team Manila Aglas having yung anchor ni Nautilus and of course yung death sentence ni Tres. So talaga may hirapan pumasok at magpakita basta-basta ang KLH kaya talagang kailangan nila ng matinding map awareness.
So, take note na, iwan dito si Emery Chok, pumasok sa loob, pinilit na makuha ang blue buff, pero nag-success siya doon. At hindi na siya ngayon pinasok ngayon ng KLH. So far, inabot siya ngayon Crescento, galing kay Sona. Sayang, ang ginawa mo doon, Emery Chok. Sana hindi ka nalang pumasok. Pero so far, pagkuha ng blue buff na yun ay hindi ganun ka-effective. Pero dahil nga doon, nakuha nila ngayon, kukunin nila ngayon ang buhay ni XXF sa top lane at isa pa yatang first tier turret dito sa top lane ng KLH. Good job para sa Manila Eagles sa mag-compensate sa mga pangyayari nila doon sa jungle.
Pero feeling ko nagulat din si Emily Chok sa ginawa niya na siguro pagsilip niya na, oh, may tatlo dito at kinukuha yung blue. Nag-try siyang kunin at naging successful naman. But, hindi niya alam na nakabakat na si Ezreal and si Sona sa likod.
Hindi niya kasi alam na merong ward dito ang KLH para makita siya sa mga pwede niyang gawin at bago niya gawin yung isang bagay. Pero take note, dahil sa blue buff nitong si Ezreal, unti-unti siya makakabawi sa kanyang item. And knowing na ngayon si Ezreal ay mukhang kukuha din ito ng kanyang tawag dito yung Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Pero with that item, mukhang hindi siya ganun, mukhang hindi ganun ang kanyang kukunin. Probably kukuha siya ng Last Whisper or ng kanyang Brutalizer. With Vampiric Scepter, possible din na kumuha siya ng kanyang Blade of the Ruined King.
Oh, kaya talagang siguro inisip niya muna siguro yung pinakamagandang item for this point of time kasi medyo lugin-lugi na sila at kailangan nilang gumawa ng something para kahit paano makabawi-bawi naman sa larong ito.
Sa mga pagkakataon, kitang-kita naman natin kung gaano katindi ang pag-pressure na binibigay ngayon ng Manila Eagles against dito sa KLH. Ano kayo tingin mo, GM Rob? Kanina sinabi natin na pwede silang magsama-sama. Pero hindi pa rin ginagawa ito ng KLH to win this game. Mukhang ang ginagawa nila ay nag-focus sila sa pag-farm para masigurado nila at masecure nila yung kanilang mga objective.
Pero siguro, kaya siguro nila ginagawa dahil feeling na hindi pa sapat.
Pero dahil nga doon, ginamit ng kanyang sa kanyang ultimate skill, pinasok sa loob, binatak ang kanyang kalaban pero hindi siya nag-success. Pinilit niya ngayon masukin si Vi. Exhausted ngayon si Emily Chok. Pumasok sa loob. Nakuha niya ang buhay ni Sona. Equalizer galing dito sa ating kaibigan na si Emily Hate. And super ginamit niya ngayon ni Tresh ang kanyang the box para masecure ang isang kill dito. Golden lang nga kanyang buhay. Ignited. Emily started got his life. Ngayon naman si KH Wazens ay naipit dito. Ganun din naman si Tinted Was. Ano kayong gagawin dito ng Manila Eagles to win this game? To win this team fight. At sa mga pagkakataong ito, naipit ang isang member, itong si Tainted Ones dito sa kanilang clash. Emily Vieway na huli ngayon ni Jax. Ginamit ang kanyang barrier para maligtas ang kanyang sarili. Shutdown ngayon si Varus. Pero grabe ang ginawa ng Manila Eagles sa pag-pressure sa kanilang kalaban. 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Manila Eagles.
Grabe na medyo nag-overcommit ang Team Manila Agnes doon. Pero okay lang. At least si BYY lang naman yung nawala yung buhay. At sa kabilang banda, dalawang members ng KLH yung namatay. So okay lang siguro sa kanila yung nag-overcommit sila at nag-flash in sila to get.
Yes, worth it naman yung mga pangyayaring yun, pero nakuha pa nila ang Dragon dito. Ano kaya ang gagawin nila? Pipilit nga ba sila dito na makuha ang buhay ng kanilang kalaban? Pero so far, with that being said, nahuli nila ngayon si Emily PF. Emily PF, ano kaya ang gagawin? Ayun, nag-ward si Golden. Napilitan na mag-ward at gamitin ang kanyang ultimate para pumasok sa loob. Crescent Moon, mga kaibigan.
At grabe. Pinili nila kunin yung Dragon pero yun nga, hindi nila alam na ang bilis ng responde ng Team KLH para makuha ang buhay ni Astarte at saka buhay ni Team P.
Yes, yun nga lang pagkakamali doon ng Manila Eagles. But so far, with that being said, nakuha nila ang isang Dragon at dalawang buhay kanina ng KLH. Still, mukhang naging advantage dito ng KLH sa mga pangyayaring yun ay nakabawi sila sa pagkuha ng buhay ni Emily PF at ni Astarte.
Yun nga, sabi nga natin, don't overcommit na pag alam nyo nang medyo onti na yung buhay nyo, back na lang muna siguro.
Yes.
Pero yun nga, ano yun sugal kumbaga.
Yes, sugal ang ating...
Baka kaya
Baka kaya, pero yun nga, bitaw ka na lang ng keyboard dito once na mahuli ka ng death sentence itong si Tresh. Kanina kitang-kita mo naman kung gaano katindi yung pag-death sentence na sa kanyang kalaban at pag-initiate papasok sa loob. Na wala nang nagawa at napilitang mag-disengage ang kanilang kalaban.
And syempre, take note, pagka tinamaan ka ng death sentence, lalapit lang sa si Tresh. And syempre, pag napakawalan yun in the box, lalo na sa mga masisikip na area, medyo mahihirapan na ang kalaban gumalaw sa mga team fight. So, laking bagay ng pag-pick ni Emily Astarte kay Thresh.
Kaya tignan natin ngayon ang ating lugar. Ang ating Meralco kung bayad na bayad ba ang ating Manila Eagles. Ito, ang vision ngayon ng MLE. Hindi ganun kalaki ang kanilang nakikita pero secure nila ang bawat gilid sa mid lane. Ito naman ang view. Grabe na ito, kaibigan. Sobrang daming ward. At dahil nga doon, kukunin nila ang buhay ni XXF sa top lane. Good job for the Manila Eagles to get the life of itong si XSF.
Grabe ang first damage na binibigay ni Emily Hate na talagang napunit niya si Jax sa isang saglit lang.
Yes, dahil nga doon kitang-kita mo naman kung gaano kalinaw ang mapa dito ng KLH. Compare mo naman sa Manila Eagles, but hindi sila ganoon na nagsisecure. At mapapansin mo rin ng itong mga wards ng KLH ay nagfo-focus dito sa ating tawag dito, yung pag-defend ng kanilang mga lane.
And syempre, habang busy sa top lane mag-defend si Sona and other members of KLH, si Emily VY at saka si Emily PF, pinush nila yung
mid lane.
At
nakuha nila ang second tier turret dito ng KLH para ma-secure ang kanilang ang maganda kasi dito sa pagkuha kagad ng mga first and second tier turrets ng inyong kalaban.
Mas makakagalaw sila ng maayos.
Yes, kontrolado mo na ang mapa ng inyong kalaban. Parang kumbaga sa bola, hawak mo na yung taas na banda. Pero yun nga, Emily Hate na iwan dito. Grabe, ang ganda ng pagbigay doon na lantern itong siya. Emily Astarte the box, pagpasok sa loob. Tatlong champions dito na KLH ang naipit. Tainted Ones na nga rin ba kanyang buhay. Tinalon si Emily Astarte. XXF. Shutdown ngayon si VYY pero red hot race naipit dito. Si Sona, double kill. para kay Sona. Good job para dito kay VOA, pero inaabot nila ngayon ng buhay ni Wazens. Ginamit na ngayon ng ulti ngayon ni Zed. Good job para sa Manila Eagles. Rampage na si Emily Hate. At kukunin nila ngayon ang third tier turret ng KLH. At dahil nga doon, ang anibang buhay ni Golden pumasok sa loob. Ace na ito mga kaibigan. Ang ganda ng performance ngayon ng Manila Eagles to win this game. Ace na ito, grabe.
Yes, mukhang tama nga. Pinag-usapan namin kanina ni Emily Heat na marami silang pasiklab na hinanda para sa mga team sa GPL na para hindi malaman kagad yung pinakagagawin ng diskarte sa laro. So yun, naging effective nga yung ginawa nilang training at hindi pa tapos ang laban. Baka
hindi pa tapos.
may
Possible pa. Yes,
dito.
possible pa na mangyari dito. Pero yan, naiwan si Emily Astarte dito sa dalawang champion ng KLH. Tinulak, sinuntok paleo. Itong si Emily Astarte, ano niyang gagawin dito para maligtas sa kanya sarili? Hindi na yata magagawa ng solusyon. Kaibigan, text na lang tayo. Bitaw-bitaw din ang keyboard pag may time. Ano yung gagawin? Ayun na.
Patay.
Sabi ng Aba.
Pero kung papanin mo, GG Sphere, napakatagal nilang bago mapatay si Tresh, support champion ng MLE na talagang support pa lang siya pero ang kunat-kunat na. So yun nga, ibig sabihin, ang damage dealt na kayang ibigay ng KLH ay hindi sapat para pumatay basta-basta ng member ng Team Manila Aguilar.
Hindi lang yun, support champion pa ang pinatay nila doon na hindi nila nasigurado kung mapatay nila talaga.
Medyo pinahirapan pa sila ni Emily Star, pinaikot-ikot pa sila pero yun nga, sa kabilang banda, kailangan ka namin, kapatid.
Kailangan namin ng pera na manggagaling sa'yo, Emily Estarte. Pero so far, this point of time, 35 na ang goal, I think around 9K na ang ating goal difference dito in favor of Manila Eagles. At sa ating kills, we have 19 versus 8 in favor pa rin sa Manila Eagles. Grabe. So, tingnan natin ngayon ang bulk natin, ang bank natin dito, ang pera natin, kung ano na napupunta lahat. Gaya ng sinabi natin, hanggang ngayon, na kay Emily VOA pa rin ang karamihan ng gold na pwede mong makuha dito sa kanilang laban. At dito naman sa KLH, we have dito kay Diana, kay KLH Golden na makuha ang kanyang pag-secure ng mga item niya dito.
Syempre, nakikita mo ngayon na si Emily Estarte having that oracle na, yun nga, putol-putol muna tayo ng kuryente, masyado na kayong masaya, at ang liwa-liwanag na ng buhay. So,
padidilimin ko muna ito mga kaibigan pa
dahil mayaman ako, bibili ako ng maraming oracle.
I think isa itong ginagawa ni Emily Estarte pag-prepare sa pagkuha ng Baron. Dahil nga sinecure na niya ang lugar ng kanilang Baron, itong ginawa niya ay hindi magiging alerto ang KLH para mabantayan nila ang Baron, mag-steal sila or kung ano man pwede nilang gawin para makabawi sa kanilang laban. So magkakaroon na naman tayo ng bakbakan dito. Pinasok na ngayon ni Golden si Emily PF. Hindi niya alam na nandun halos lahat ng members ng Manila Eagles. Pero alam nila kasi na nasa baba si Zed. Tinamaan ng death sentence ngayon. Itong si Tainted Ones. Emily Chok nakuha ang turret sa bottom lane dito ng KLH. With that being said and done, kitang-kita mo naman na pinasok ngayon ni Vi. Si Emily PF, equalizer kinain ng mga papa mo dito ng KLH. Crescendo galing kay Sona pero walang tinamaan. KLH Tainted Ones versus Emily Astarte. Grabe ang pagpasok dito. Emily Astarte, double kill na ngayon si VYY. Ezreal, hinahabol ngayon ni Astarte. Ano kaya gagawin niya? Kinuha niya na lang ang ward. Para naman hindi sayang ang lakad mo dito, kaibigan. Yes. Ano kaya ang gagawin dito? Ayan, may abangan daw tayo dito kung ano mangyayari. Let's see. Emily Astarte humahabol sa kanilang kalaban. XXF. Nang ano ba kanyang buhay dito? Eto na, mukhang may mangyayari dito mga kaibigan. Ayan, pinasok sa loob. Death sentence. Ignited pa. Sobrang effective ng Ignite para kay Emily Astarte dito. At dahil nga doon, Emily Chok, sobrang inasma kanilang kalaban. Pinasok sa loob. Goes down na ang champion doon ng KLH. At dahil doon, mukhang tapos na, secure na ang laban nito. GG. Well played para dito sa ating KLH. Good job para sa Manila Eagles to win this game.
And syempre, kung mapapansin mo yung nangyari last clash kanina, it's 4 against 5. Pero talagang kinaya pa rin as si Chok at pumupugak-pugak lang sa bottom lane para mai-push hanggang yung mga super minions sa base ng Kuala Lumpur. So, grabe
na ito, kaibigan. Grabe ang mga performance dito ng Manila Eagles ngayon. Talagang ibang nakaka-impress yung mga pinaggagawa nila ngayong araw na ito. At napakakaiba ng meta nila ngayon. First time ko makita si Emily PF na gumamit ng Nautilus. And ngayon ko lang din nakita na ang lineup nila ay dalawang hatak. So parang ang secure nila dito ay masigurado na mayroong mahuli na isang champion sa kanilang kalaban. At nag-dominate din ng sobra dahil sa pagkuha ng first blood kanina itong si Emily Hate sa top lane. Tuloy-tuloy siya nag-snowball dito at tuloy-tuloy siya nakabawi sa kanilang kalaban.
Sabi nga natin, GG Sphere, na ang first blood ay napakahalaga dahil meron siyang additional gold na pwedeng makuha at ayun nga nagbigay advantage sa Team Manila Aguilas na pagkapatay ni Jax, yung 4 na members ng Team Manila Águilas ay nakakuha ng tigi-isang assist. So, yun, ginamit nila yung advantage na yun sa goal difference para mag-execute yung laro.
Yeah, sobrang ganda talaga ng performance ngayon ni itong si Emily Cho kanina. Kitang-kita mo naman talaga nagpapakitang gila siya sa ating GPL ngayon. At talagang gusto niyang walisin lahat ng taong may sama ng loob sa kanya sa
Yan.
mga
Ang
previous
pagbabalik
matches
ni
niya.
Emily Chok, sabi nga nila. Yun. Last time ginulat ni Chok ang buong Pilipinas sa paggamit ng kanyang Jace, but ngayon, let's try naman si Zed at yun, naging effective din.
Ang ganda naman pangyayari dito. Pero yun nga, again, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nanonood ngayong gabi. Laban kanina ng Manila Eagles versus the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Pero bago ang lahat, hindi natin tatapusin ang gabing ito nang hindi nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga viewers natin. Maraming salamat lahat ng summoners natin na nanonood ngayon at patuloy na sumusuporta sa ating GPL. Pero syempre, hindi ko papalampasin ang pagkakataon ito magpasalamat sa taong nagpasaya ng 2 araw ng buhay ko na nagbigay sa akin ng talagang dalawang araw na hindi ko makakalimutan, isang alaala na parang pwede mong ibaon hanggang sa kabilang buhay.
Yun. Maraming salamat po kay Madam Che at saka kay Sir
Ariel. And thank you very much po.
Owner of Decipher sa Iloilo. Para po sa mga hindi nakakaalam, kauuwi lang po lang namin ni Gigi Sphere kanina galing Iloilo. Nagkaroon po kami ng event doon na Decipher Esports League. At ginanap yon sa SM. So, sobrang naging successful ng event namin. Kaya yon, nagbababati rin po pala ang Team Decipher, especially John Lee and Demigods, and of course, Team T5, Joe Ray, and Soy.
Gusto ko nga pala mabutiin lahat. Ito na. Ang pinababati ng ating mahal na binibining Miss Che. Ito na. Pinababati natin ang Decipher. Maraming salamat sa mga pumunta sa SM City Iloilo kahapon. Sobrang successful ng event natin. Thank you. Kung di dahil sa inyo, hindi yun ganoon magiging successful. We have naman dito yung clan ng Decipher, clan, yung T5, special mention kay John Lee, kay Demigod, kay Lorenzo, Byron, or Biron, kung ano man yan, kay Joe Ray Navarra. Maraming salamat sa inyo mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng supporters ng ating Decipher. Tuloy-tuloy tayo dyan. Unti-unti tayong babangon sa ating esports community. Lalo pa tayong mag-shine. Salamat sa inyo.
Yan, nagpapahabol din po pala si Madam Che na yan. Hello rin raw po kay Miss Janine Awesome na isa sa mga cosplayers natin kahapon na nag-cosplay ng Ari na yun nga, nanalo rin siya but syempre hindi niya nakuha yung first place kasi merong nag-cosplay ng Ash na sobrang okay.
OP talaga.
OP Ash cosplay. So yun, sa lahat ng mga nakasama namin sa Decipher kahapon, maraming salamat sa mainit na pagtanggap sa amin at yun, mahal na mahal po namin kayo. Sa susunod nating pagkikita ulit.
Maraming salamat. Ito nga pala suot namin ngayon ay t-shirt namin from Decipher. Thank you very much po, Miss Che, dito sa ating t-shirt. Pero yun nga,
Decipher Baller.
Yes, eto bago lahat, babatiin ko na lahat ng nagpapapati sa aking fan page. Arturo Concepcion, kay Vince Aldrin Manalo, kay Paul Capaliano, kay Lepi, ayan, kay Anthony Bundalian. Good evening sa iyo kay VJ De Los Reyes, kay Neil Villaflor, kay Justin Fonbuena, kay JJ_8, kay Ruzmig Carrion, kay Ramil Uy, kay CJ Alfonso, kay John Mark Calderon, at sa dami-dami ninyo dito, sorry, di ko mababating lahat, kay Martilin, kay Romer, kay Adrian Palau, kay JM Faharday, ikaw, meron bang gusto sabihin?
Siyempre, binabati ko rin ang nag-iisang kapatid dan sa Iloilo na si Mihawk Gaming. Nasabi niya manonood raw siya ngayong gabi. Ayun, kapatid, napakaganda ng speech mo na ginawa kahapon. Of course, binabati ko rin yung kapatid ko si Arjan and sila Jepo and sila Hayato na nagbabati ngayon. And yan, special si Mara and si BYY Mapagmahal.
Si Jillian daw, pinababati ni Emily Estarte. Ang Team Fear the Browse, good evening sa inyo. And lahat pa ng team na lahat na nandiyan sa Decipher na nanalo, congratulations. Ganoon din naman dito kaya Gursimran Jit Singh, kaya Patrick Alba, kay Kel Torres Castro, kay Francisco Cali, kay Marvin Gabriel, kay Thomas Edison, kay Mark Anthony Chua, kay Xiao Kiao, grabe, kay JM Calamno, sa lahat pa ng summoners natin, sorry, hindi ko kayo mabating lahat, pero good evening sa inyo, at salamat sa lahat ng pagsuporta. Kay Niska daw, kay Bryce, ayan, good evening din, at sa lahat pa ng summoners natin, thank you very much, good evening sa lahat. Pahinga-pahinga muna tayo. Bukas CM Storm, kita-kits tayo dyan. Pero pa, sabihin?
Wala na akong sabihin. Okay,
again, you're watching the Garena You're watching the Garena Premier League live dito sa Garena Pitch Office Summer Season 2013. Thank you very much. Good evening and good night. Kita tayo bukas.
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
Alright, let's go.
Go where? I can't see.
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
The Freljord, a frozen, desolate place. War is coming to the Freljord. The Avarosan, the largest and strongest of the tribes. Led by Ash, they seek peaceful unification. The Winter's Claw, the most warlike and brutal of the tribes. Led by Sejuani, they think peace is another word for weakness. Sejuani has sworn to purge this weakness. Through war, the Freljord will be purified. Far in the north, the peaceful Frostguard protect Freljord's ancient secrets. Or so the world believes. In truth, the Frostguard protect me, Lysandra. While others bicker, we prepare. When the time is right, we will strike. They cannot withstand us. They are only human. And when the war is over, the world, our world, will be reborn in ice.
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
Hello and welcome back.
To the GPL, and we have an exciting second match for you guys.
That's right.
SGS, number 2 of our previous season, against BKT, number 2 from the bottom of our previous season, are going to fight it out today in an exciting match. Let's see who comes out ahead.
That's right, Darren. It's going to be an exciting match between the Singapore Sentinels and the Bangkok Titans. Today it's going to be interesting. I mean, SGS, they've had so much training with the Azubu Taipei Assassins and, of course, Mistake from the Azubu Taipei Snipers. They were here last week. You were around as well,
I was
right?
here.
Oh man, I didn't get to see them.
Well, I would say Toys has... I don't like using the word swag, but he does have swag.
He has swag?
Yeah.
He has swig.
In a cool way.
Oh, that's like good swag, not bad swag. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go to the second match, and BKT gonna sit on the purple team while SGS will be sitting on the blue team this time. I'm looking forward to see what SGS is gonna pull out. I mean, these guys need to train up for All-Stars, yeah. I mean, both Chowie and Hallelujah, they need to get their game on and not drop that form before All-Stars, which is going to happen, I think, on the 24th of this month. Most of the teams are flying off to Shanghai tomorrow. So I think Chowie and Hallelujah will be doing the same. I'm just thinking of what kind of picks they want to do, because Hallelujah, known for his Lee Sin, always been banned out against him, but the international teams might not know that as well.
And the thing about international plays, very few players actually play Lee Sin out.
Yeah, very few of these. The only
Except
famous one, like Diamond Procs, yeah. He's still really good on that Lee Sin. See him move a lot more to like those initiation type jungles.
But the question is Hallelujah's Lee Sin better or Diamond Procs' Lee Sin?
I mean, and I don't know if you guys checked out the All-Star video. Then he was like, I want to play against Diamond Procs in the jungle. I was like, really? Oh man.
And the comments was like, everyone's like, you dare challenge Diamond Procs?
Oh, there was one cooler comment I saw. There's a chick posted. He said, I wouldn't mind going into his jungle.
Oh.
And I was like, that Hallelujah.
That's kind of kinky.
And someone else was also commenting about Chowie, saying, this guy worked out way before Snoopy tried to make exercising in League cool. And I was like, damn straight you are. Chowie is one of those guys who really all people want to emulate, right? He's fit in real life.
He's fit in game.
He's on top form in game almost all the time. I have not seen him throw lanes, well,
Like
ever.
Ever, like, yeah, I want to say ever. I haven't seen him
Ever.
thrown a lane.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when his team is losing, he's still getting
Positive
his
score.
game. Yeah, his game mechanics are still there, always in. Of course, BKT, they've shown a lot of improvement since the last season, and I say this every single night when they are playing because they do perform better and better. Last night, not so good. Roy Hun was playing Thresh in the mid, backfired greatly on them. Yeah.
Can't play a weird champion with a weird team.
Yeah, exactly. So SGS going for that first ban, they're on blue. They're taking out Lux. Just like yesterday, they also banned out Lux in their game. Definitely going to show because they don't want to. They're going to move out of gold presence. If I had to guess, they wanted to take out TF and Shen. Now TF and Shen, these are the two common bans which they always do. They don't like handling it. They like running that HY mid teleport.
Yep.
Summoner spell. And for BKT, that Lee Sin. You know what else can I say aside from Hallelujah? It's too good. They don't want to see it happen once again. Then again, I mean, they can't possibly ban out all of Harley's champions, right?
Yeah, he has Vi, he has Zac. We have seen.
Yeah.
He played against TPA. He played Zac so exceptionally.
Yep, he played Zac, and he
there
also
we go.
has, he also
Zac's
has,
banned out by SGS themselves.
yeah, so
Strangely.
well, it just goes to show. I think they want to run something else. They want to run probably a high engage comp with some burst damage because Zac brings in that burst. I mean, they want to remove that. My bad. They want to remove that kind of capability. BKT banning out Twisted Fate, they don't necessarily have to worry about
Global presences.
global presence as well. So if I had to say, they might take out Shen, they might take out Thresh, either or. Both of these champions, something they don't like to deal with.
Shen has the higher probability of getting picked out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Shen is definitely within that pool. Kha'Zix as well. We know that these are possible things which SGS want to take out. If you ask me, I think Hallelujah wants to pick out Hecarim, but the Zyra ban, now very strange enough, BKT was running Zyra in their bot lane yesterday. So this could be a respect ban.
Yeah, targeted ban.
Yeah, the kind of respect ban where they go like, all right, since they know BKT is comfortable on Zyra, they're going to take that comfort away and force BKT to go into a difficult zone.
Yep.
And there we go, Rumble being taken out.
It's always very good to make your enemies feel awkward.
Yeah, awkward, you know, awkward. And then we go Tofu sitting there. He's on the first pick, so he needs to know what the team wants. A lot of communication going on for these guys.
Can you decipher? Oh, there we go. The Elise.
Going
what
for his
Tofu
Elise.
is famous for.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Tofu loves that three-way top lane.
Three-way.
That three-way top lane. He always likes picking AP. I was talking to him, I think a few weeks back, and he said, right now, really love that top lane AP champs. Just because you get itemized so much better. Mag resist is harder to spec up for these tanks. Regardless in the jungle on the top lane. It almost forces your opponents to pick up that runic Bao, which takes some time to ramp up, you know, because you only get the mag resist bonus from Bao after Aegis is completed.
And on top of that, you still have to spend about 1,000 gold more to buy the extra Now Mantle and the recipe as well.
And the recipe. So,
but I would say Balak is a very, very strong overall item.
It is. It's a great item, just that it takes time to build it up, especially if you're going to play jungle. Nowadays days, you see junglers build up that Spirit Stone into like Lizard Elder and stuff like that.
And the thing is, you lose a lot of potential. Oh, there we go, Hallelujah, going for something very interesting. Not too sure whether he'll lock it in, though.
I feel like he'll want to go to Hecarim.
Yeah.
That is one of the more likely picks that he wants to go with. Still a lot of things on the table. Jarvan is still out there. We know that he can run that Jarvan to quite good effect. I don't know. He was talking to me about Udyr, something that he used to play back then. And if this Nasus is locked in, I do believe it's going into that mid lane and not into that jungle. I could be wrong though. And this is just very confusing at the moment. They're gonna bring great. So they're gonna give Chowie that blue build Ezreal. We know that he's gonna be able to snowball. He's always won that lane and even out farm his opponents. So early blue build always great. You're toe to toe and even better because you have the utility in terms of damage output for most of that mid to late game until 6 item builds start appearing. That's when other AD carries might start to out DPS. But in terms of Kai, it's going to be strong.
But the thing is, Ezreal, if he does position himself well, which is something Ezreal excels at, he might be able to outplay the opponent, especially when it's Choi playing Ezreal.
Yeah, it's all about the kite when it comes to Ezreal in blue build. You want to get as many of those like frozen grounds coming out, from the Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yep.
And that mid lane, it's probably going to be that Kha'Zix as well. Something I've not seen HY run multiple number of times. So,
but his Diana has already been counterpicked, so
yeah,
he might have been forced into the Kha'Zix.
if you ask me, that Diana is probably going to the jungle with, it's going to be the Orianna Shen combo. Now, Shen could go into the jungle as well. We've seen top lane Dianas being run in the international scene as well. And Diana against Elise actually pretty strong. Because you have a lot of clear, you have the ability to proc all your Pale Cascade Shield procs against Elise.
Yep, especially when her spiders are around the area. It makes it even easier for her to proc her Pale
So
Cascade.
I'm liking BKT's pick so far, although SGS definitely has the greater poke. Now, Sejuani, if they are contemplating this is going to be a bit interesting because they've got a lot of poke, but Sejuani is let's go in and make this fight happen. So they usually want to chain up big AoE damage spells, and that's something that SGS is not displaying at the moment.
But they do have AoE, but it's not as strong as you would like in team compositions. They do have the True Shot Barrage and the Void Spikes from Kha'Zix, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, those are more, if you ask me, those are going to be more poke-oriented sort of builds. And that Sejuani, much better if they wanted to run, I don't know, that Orianna I know was picked before this, but they didn't have to go for Kha'Zix. You know, it was not a necessary thing.
But we have seen this kind of compositions being run a lot of time where they actually run 4 champions of a certain composition, like a poke comp, and they have a safety bet. Probably Sejuani in this case, if their poke fails and the enemy goes on to them, so they will have the ultimate from Sejuani to kind of like help them to escape in a way.
Yeah, okay, I guess that does make some sense as well. But I'm really liking BKT's lineup at the moment. The SGS comp is going to be nice because all around the damage is present. You know, you're going to see Elise being able to go right to that back line. Since Hallelujah is definitely going to build just pure tank, he's Sejuani, he's going to build pure tank damage. They will have a lot of time to play around and kite it out. It's so heavy kite on this team. SGS is so heavy on kite. But BKT have the Diana Shen going in, bullet time with the shockwave, could do some mass AoE damage. SGS needs to watch out for those team fights, man.
But the thing about SGS composition is if they are able to make BKT burn out their ultimates, their follow-up team fight will be extremely easy.
That's true.
Yep.
I definitely agree. Ezreal in that long run is going to be able to do so much more against Bangkok Titans if their ultimates are down. Shen is like I said, so I think I'm quite sure that Shen is going to the jungle. NDD has picked it up. Adam plays the top lane for BKT, and he's going to be going up against Tofu as Diana. So I don't know. Tofu has said that it's pretty easy for Diana to, for Elise to win lanes. I just don't know how proficient he is in fighting against that Diana top. It's only been risen. It's only risen in popularity very, very recently. I think Korea in the OGN it appeared, and that was about it.
Yep, and at the last minute you can see Diana swapping to an exhaust. I can understand her rationale, although her burst won't be as high, but the thing about it is she is in the front line, so she can exhaust a Kha'Zix, which will be able to deal a lot of damage if he doesn't have exhaust on him.
It's a brilliant pick. I mean, having exhaust on Diana allows you to really just home down on your opponents and just lock them without risking that moonfall early on. Exhaust also gives you a lot of ability to trade with Elise. I mean, Elise does a lot of percentage health damage anyway, so the exhaust will just tone it down by so much and allows Diana to just commit all in. Tofu's Ignite is going to be powerful, but then again, because you're Diana, you got that shield kind of buffer away that Ignite. So team fight-wise, though, do you feel that if BKT chain it up, it's going to be more than effective to deal with SGS?
Yeah, but the thing about SGS composition, what I can predict from this is SGS will snowball so hard in the early game. Because you can see their composition, they have an extremely very strong gang composition. They have a Sejuani. Sejuani after the remake is extremely strong in her gangs. Yeah. And you have 2 extreme, very, very high burst champions on the top lane and the mid lane. So if Sejuani goes in, they will have more than enough DPS to take one guy out.
Right, and you know, I was also a bit surprised that they picked Orianna into Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is a beast against Orianna. There's so little she can do to kind of play with him. Once that command attack comes out, Kha'Zix
is just gonna jump onto him.
Go on him and tear him a new one. I'm really looking forward to see HY play that Kha'Zix. Have not seen in quite some time. The last time we checked it out, not so effective. Didn't make game-changing plays, and this time no more teleport coming out as well. So not going to be very lane heavy. You know,
Yeah, he's
when
going to play a very bursty.
yeah, it's going to be about winning that lane.
Yeah.
In this case for HYHY. So overall, Sejuani is going to have the faster clear time when it comes to the jungle. Shen does decent, slightly slower.
Extremely slow, actually.
It's okay. I mean, nowadays when the people play Shen, they go for the AS and it gets done really fast.
Oh yeah, because you build up your key strike
Your
way
key strikes,
faster.
yeah, way fast. And bottom lane, it's going to be super aggressive on both ends. But for me, I prefer Chowie and Darkness because they just play more aggressive most of the time as compared to Sek and SKLZ.
But if you think about it composition-wise, SGS's bottom lane, if both are equal on skill, I would say BKT will come out ahead.
Oh yeah. But I think that because of the aggressive playstyle that SGS has, like Chowie and Darkness know how to go in. You know, they know how to play with cooldowns. Something that BKT hasn't really demonstrated to me in the past season or the past game. Even yesterday's games alone weren't enough to convince me that they had that bot lane mechanical skill. Yeah, they got their synergy down a bit more, but as it stands, there are still a lot of kinks and issues coming out for their bot lane synergy.
Yep, and all this is with regards to training. BKT, I would say in the long run, if they train up, they will be quite a strong team indeed. Because most of their players have only been playing for quite a while. Most of the players, you can see most of the players on the team of BKT we haven't really seen last season. They just came in this season.
Yeah, they're more or less the spring season. I mean, in the GPL 2013 spring and summer, some of them just hopped on, like you were mentioning.
Yeah, but as for SGS, they have been around. Only HYHY is a new addition to the team, but most of the team members have been together for a really long time, so it's natural that their team synergy is stronger than most other teams.
Yeah, I have to agree. Okay, so as it goes, let's see the opening pings. I'm expecting SGS to go pretty defensive on this one. They don't have that much to play with, especially when you're up against Thresh and Shen. That could be just slightly bit more of an issue. A lot of checking that Orianna brings. That level 1 Orianna allows you to scout out areas, you know, into scouting territory without putting yourself in a very dangerous position.
Yeah, and the only scout mechanic that SGS has is probably Choi's Mystic Shot.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
It's all about Mystic Shots. Yeah. So
and yeah, we'll just see how SGS puts their ward placement in the early game, because if BKT does go in for the invade, they will have the composition advantage at the level 1.
That's right. I mean, the first game itself, we saw the big fatal mistake that XXF had in the top lane. So let's see if SGS can or BKT pull that kind of cheese kill, level 1 cheese kill first.
The BKT very quickly moving down towards the. I have no idea. We haven't really seen any pings yet, so we
no
aren't
early
too sure.
pings. But that's something about these high level games. Sometimes you don't really see the pings because everyone's really just talking via Skype, GChat, what have you. You know.
Yeah, and they might have a
Even
lingo
main call.
for different bushes.
Yeah.
Like the banana brush, the tri brush.
All right. So first ping comes down. They spot out the ward being placed out by SGS. I think. Oh,
I highly doubt it, actually.
they were pinging straight onto that ward.
Oh, onto the ward,
Yeah, so it's either there or they're kind of preempting it out. Early wards coming out here. This is not the Explorer ward. It's a normal side ward.
The normal 3-minute ward.
Yep, normal side ward. So everyone just playing spread your resources, putting it at the area, the choke points, basically. So BKT will know some of the crossing sections, while SGS as well. They do the exact same strat, just a mirror strat.
Yep. You can see
So very
all
safe.
of the players. Very interesting. If you look at the map, everyone's just moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yep.
So you see a lot of vibrating icons.
Yes, that indeed. So SGS here, because this is the Explorer's ward, they're gonna burn it down really quick. And so is this. Exact mirroring, man. Exact mirroring. And here is Darkness putting another smart ward, knowing that this is down. He's gonna throw one to protect both the race and the red camp.
And it's an extremely good ward to watch for mid lane movement to the bottom lane. And if he's lucky, he might be able to spot out the opponent's jungler as well.
That's right. So here we go. Hallelujah taking the early, the blue buff first. Sejuani needs a bit of a ramp up to start as a jungler these days. Nothing much changed since the old Sejuani, just that now the damage is much better. Your ultimate is less reliable, but your overall output has increased by so much more.
Yep, and last time why Sejani wasn't picked in the past before the remake is because she's just one of those champions which most people see as like has almost no output besides slows. But now the new Sejani does put down quite a bit of hurt. And she can actually fit into the bruiser role quite well these days.
Yeah, she basically just builds up tankiness. The free frost armor comes as a very useful slow reducing component. Of course, the free armor doesn't hurt either. H right here, having a bit of a duel here with Roy Hood. The harass coming out from Orianna is kind of to be expected.
Yeah, pre-level 3, Kha'Zix doesn't really have that much to play with, but once he hits level 3, he will have the Void Spike and his Q as well, and his jump, so it will all add up to about half of Orianna's health pool if all lands properly.
If all lands properly, that's exactly right. So 4.2k gold now, a bit of a farm lead here for SGS. Elise is doing a pretty good job against Diana in the top lane, winning those trades out fairly easily. Chowie as well, having a very nice lead, pushing into the MF and Thresh lane.
Yep, but MF is still able to farm pretty well under the turret. Might have went, oh, there we go, the poke. As expected, half of health, Roy Hyun's health pool has already depleted from that one combo from Hi.
Yeah, from Hi.
Oh shit, I can't pronounce that wrong.
Sorry, that mid lane, yeah, he's getting bullied quite a bit. He went for the Fairy Charm pots and a ward build. Hasn't dropped that, I mean, he just dropped that ward early on. So that's going to be a slight advantage with him. Tofu also holding up really nicely against Diana.
And over at the bottom lane, you can see Choi here farming it up pretty well. Thresh, this is running back and forth, trying to zone and throw down a little bit of pokes onto Darkness. Doesn't really do much.
Yeah, and Chowie, as long as Chowie gets that early farm, that's going to be super helpful in snowballing out. He's already pushing that lane so deep onto sec. Tons of damage coming out, and they're just going to win that hands down.
Yeah, you can see the way SGS plays their bottom lane. Choi and Darkness is just perpetually between the ranged minion and the melee minion, and the moment the MF comes in for the last hit, a little bit of poke will go down and all those adds up. And right now, Miss Fortune is only sitting at about 2 bars of health, no, 3 bars of health, and she doesn't have any potions at all to back her health up.
That's right, so Chowie here went in for the, I'm surprised they went for the Ezreal pick though. Varus was doing so well in game 1. I thought they wanted to replicate it. But as it stands, I think they want to go for that poke com, and definitely that's why they picked up the Ezreal instead.
And look at the aggression from Darkness, forcing the Misfortune there to pull off her skill. And the engage from Thresh goes in, forcing Choi here to burn the flash. But in exchange, he goes in for the final Mystic Shot onto Thresh, securing the kill for his team.
He didn't have to burn his flash.
Oh, he
just arcane shifted. Yeah, he just arcane shifted. And that was it, man. 3 kills. Chowie here getting that early first blood. And there was nothing that NDT could have done about it.
And Tofu here over at the top lane, just gonna happily farm it out against Diana. Very stalemate kind of lane, actually. You can see
it's all about the mid. It's all about the farms. That's about it in that top lane. And we know that I think Tofu's definitely gonna have the tankier build at the end of the game with Elise, who doesn't need that kind of items to scale damage. She just needs items to become a thick spider beast.
Yeah, she just needs to be able to stand in the front line. She's one of those AP champions because she does percentage damage. Yeah, as long as she stands in the front line with a lot of health, she will be able to dish out quite a lot of damage over time.
Yep, that's absolutely true. So just for that 1 kill, they really secured a 1k goal lead here for the side of Singapore Sentinels.
Yep, on top of that, they do have a lot of CS advantage. You can see Ezreal is 9 CS above. Actually, their CS is pretty even, actually.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically this is actually really fun for them at the moment because a lot of them are just farming, and I'm really excited to see how this farm goes for them. Yeah,
I'm extremely excited to watch the farm.
Same here.
Always a pleasure to watch farms.
Oh, definitely. Look at that. Tofu here turn into that spider form and just using that Q to take that wagon.
You definitely find spiders on farms.
Yeah, okay, so Shen coming from the side. A death sentence hits onto Chowie. The flame comes in, a very nice arcane shift. They go into Darkness. He's going to use the help picks on himself, polymorphing Sec in the meantime, and coming out basically unscathed by what I thought was a brilliant attempt by the Bangkok Titans.
And here comes the piggy, but just that one arcane shift totally ruined their
all their
plans.
That was exciting. That was exciting. So exciting.
And see Sejani here, the pig.
The pig, walking around, pegifying herself. She's going in. NDD sitting at the side, pawning out.
Ooh, that was a very good ward, not spotting out NDD there. The blue has respawned, but NDD is aware that there is a ward there, so his blue vision will be up.
Right, so Hallelujah here being spotted by the opponent's ward.
Oriana coming in, gonna throw her balls everywhere.
Yep, that's expected. I mean, Chowie here doing extremely well, despite that little setback early on. They've pinged him, they know it's been rewarded, and HY needs that reset for the unseen threat.
He is going for a invade. Oh, Darkness here getting very, very low. Just one more auto attack from Misfortune will secure the kill, but he doesn't apparently do so. But on exchange, Ezreal on the side goes in for a very, very nice counter engage, securing the kill on at least one of the champions there. BKT Sex, they're gonna get taken out.
That's right. Take away the sec from the game. Hallelujah going with NDD one-on-one, throwing the flail of the Northern Winds. And he's going to do quick work here off this blue buff. HY coming from the side. Is he going to throw out his Void Spike? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Chowie picks up a kill here, or Thresh under the turret. They're going to for a fight once again. HY against NDD. And a free one here by Hallelujah, stealing on that blue buff. Great aggressive play coming out from the guys.
Yeah, but Smite going down, going to deny Oriana of that blue buff, so it might make it harder for her to lane against HY as they now proceed back to their own blue buff. Probably going to give it to the Cockroach.
So Hallelujah has, going in for the Glacier. For the,
wow, that great double flash, just dodging the ultimate from Royal Hyun there, and now he is in for a world of hurt as the last tick of the night finishes him off.
Yep, get
that
Mecha.
Flash, man.
That flash, the double flasher, just moving away from the Oriana ultimate. Nothing they could have done about it. NDD is still level 5, and at the point in time, Hallelujah, just like in game 1, now he is the one with that level advantage in the jungle. What was Nautilus in the first game is now replicated as Sejuani in game 2.
Yeah, for the previous game, Nautilus was 2 levels below despite getting 2 kills because she was in the graveyard, didn't get an EXP for those.
So HY picked up that blue buff. This has been great. Kha'Zix with blue buff, loves it, loves it. He's going to be able to stack up that Tear of the Goddess really fast.
Yep.
And early Muramana on him, beastly.
And a lot of Void Spike is going to come out as his mana regeneration will just allow him to do it non-stop.
Allow him to do it non-stop.
Yep.
You don't say, man. So Chowie here picking up the Spirit of the Elder Lizard already alongside that Tear of the Goddess. He's going for that fight.
Oh, great Arcane Shift there. Now BKT Sec is taking a lot of damage here.
Right, so Chowie there, missing a few of those key skill shots. Could have got on more trade for that burn of the Arcane Shift. But all's looking good so far for the side of Singapore Sentinels. 10 minutes with a 4K goal, a 3K goal lead. Still very decent for them at the moment.
Yep, Chowie, wow, standing behind enemy lines.
And that's
just
how they
throwing
roll.
Down those Mystic shots.
That's how they roll, man. That's how they roll. Tofu here going with Adam 1-on-1. Still 0-0 in that top lane. A bit of advantage more to Tofu simply because he has
about 30 CS advantage. That's a lot of CS. Oh, the ultimate from the Shen comes down, but will it be enough to stop the onslaught from HY and SGS, HY and Hallelujah over here? The Dissonance goes in, and oh my god, the damage does manage to take out HY, and now Hallelujah here is trying to get away, should be able to. He is the pick, does have a lot of health, so.
Right. It was, oh my god, and another kill here. Will Sek be able to drop down? And the barrier. And he also popped that barrier. If not, I'm quite sure the Spirit of the Elder Lizard might have just eaten that last chunk of health.
Yep. And Tofu here gonna plant that pink ward to give Hallelujah some room to gank. And the ward, the Diana as well.
That's good play there coming up from SGS. They need to just start pressuring up for those objectives. Chowie here making fantastic work. Going in for the fight. He's going one-on-one with NDD. Will it be enough? Oh my gosh, SKLs, man. Royhun also dropping pretty low. Darkness here might not be able to help him out. Dropping that barrier at the last second. Not enough. Also, once again, looks like an engage coming out from Hallelujah. Now, the question is, will True Shot Brush be able to snipe off anything?
Well,
No. Just barely missing out Sek there. Or Skills or Royhun.
Yeah,
really, it's really sad.
Unfortunate turn of
Yeah,
events.
really, really unfortunate.
But nonetheless, Ezreal is sitting on 3 kills, does already have Tears of the Goddess as well as Spirit of the Elder Lizard. So he will be dealing a lot of damage with his Mystic shots.
Yep, they are looking to play that late game composition, which SGS hardly specs for these days, but it definitely appears to be a kind of mid-late game strategy.
Yep, the burst from Kha'Zix, the burst from from the Tofu as well is just so much for the front line to handle.
Yeah, it's percentage damage coming up from Tofu himself. So it's not going to be the easiest thing to do even when it comes to late game.
SGS Tofu here, strutting around. Not just going to try and last hit, not going to do much. Top lane is very, very little action going on here.
I mean, what action can there be in this game where you're basically a spider versus the moon? There's nothing you can do about it, really.
I think all the spider can do is stare at the moon.
Yeah, exactly, and they're just fighting, they're just farming it out with very little action whatsoever. Here, HY going out of Royhoon one-on-one. Royhoon has the Seeker's Arm Guard, and that's going to help a bit more. What Kha'Zix needs is just damage.
Yep, definitely. Kha'Zix is one of those champions with extremely, extremely high physical burst damage, so if he can't, and the thing about Kha'Zix is he can jump to the back lines and just assassinate one guy, and after that with his ultimate get out pretty easily.
And once he evolves those wings, it's going to be much, much better as well.
A flying cockroach is what freaks everyone out.
Yeah, flying mechanical cockroach, man. This is like high level stuff.
Actually, mechanical ain't that scary. I'll be more afraid of an organic flying spider.
Organic
flying cockroach. Yeah.
So we are getting a bit of the bully onto Diana. Hallelujah, not being spotted by anything. There was a pink ward there. So...
Yeah, but I can see Diana, because she does lack the vision now, who is playing extremely passively. Bottom lane, Misfortune and Thresh forced to hug diff. Forced to retreat to the safety of the turret. The bullet time going to be popped here to try his best. But oh, here comes the counter engage here from NDD. Goes in, tries to land a taunt, but it's a little bit too far. Darkness going to pop the Wild Growth just in case. Choi getting caught out, getting very, very low. Arcane Shift has been popped, but it does not save his life. The shield from Shen does go down onto the Thresh to prevent Choi from securing the kill there.
Oh my goodness, that was really, really just risky plays all around. Hallelujah going in, Adam burning that flash out. And overall, it's just very nice plays in that bottom lane as well. Just bringing all sorts of damage coming up from Chawi and negating it flat.
Yep, and looking at the gold lead is about 3k. Not something BKT can turn around from. It's quite a decent amount of gold. And here you go, BKT here going for a very, very decisive dragon. You can see that they are playing extremely seriously this game, as they are up against one of the best teams in the GPL right now.
Exactly, if not the best, since they have 3 points out of 3
currently,
games.
Yep, the best.
Currently the best right now. So SKLZ here throwing out the shield, trying to help out a bit more of that Thresh to do the clearing and stuff.
Yep, Adam here gonna slay some minions, and HY just gonna solo the blue buff just because he can. He does have the items. He has the boots, brutalizer already, so his burst will be quite decent for this stage of the game.
That's right. I mean, he's sitting pretty high on the farm right now. Only a second to Chawi in the team, where Chawi's sitting at about 5.5k.
Yep, 800 gold above Kha'Zix, which is the second in the team. Might see a very interesting engage coming up very soon. Bottom lane turret has been destroyed, so SGS can afford to play a little bit more risky in the bottom lane, as they do have the room to maneuver for kills. Tofu here, gonna clear out the wave and try his best to push the turret, but Diana does come in along the sides. Darkness here gonna throw down a ward, and BKT...
And he has to flash, man.
Yep,
he has to flash that ward.
just in case.
Not much choice here. Tofu pressuring that top lane a bit more, so that's going to be nice. Chawi's ramping up that blue build pretty fast, so that's always going to be helpful for him. I think he's splashing in the Blade of the Ruin King, because he has that Vamp Scepter early on. We've seen a few different types of blue builds, right? We've seen the splash with the Blade, we've seen the splash with the Bloodthirster, we've even seen some splash the Static Shift into the blue build. This one though, I do feel that he wants a bit more kite power when it comes to BKT's comp.
Yep, they do have a Shen and Diana, so the moment they go in, just pop a Blade of the Ruin King and you will be home free.
Oh my goodness, and then that was SGS making a pretty poor engage. And from there, you know, now they are down an ultimate from Sejuani.
Yep, but in exchange, Misfortune did actually burn her flash.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. But SK, oh look at that, wow, so much damage coming out. The barrier comes in, and the last one, oh, so close.
It's just too short.
Just too short. HY going in that top lane, getting exhausted here by Diana. NDD is an energy champ, he's going to wait out a bit more, throwing out the Void Spikes, and they're not going to be able to collapse on anyone here, even with Roy himself. Going for the bad fight, and Chawi picks up that kill against SKLs.
No problem at all. Choi, man of the game, gonna pick up another kill behind enemy's second turret.
Yeah, so this is good. Bot lane's winning it out. They're getting small advantages. I mean, Chowie has already been winning in terms of farm for quite some time now. And Hallelujah, yeah, using that ball. Fun fact I learned yesterday, if Rengar ultimate does his ultimate and then you're walking next to Sejuani or Lily Google form, a heart will appear above. Rengar likes balls and also cougars, apparently. Tofu here going to go into that brush. Will he spot out Adam? And will he try to make any fancy plays? And the fancy play with the Q on the big minion.
So fancy.
So fancy. He gets money home, money in the bank. Now HY going back to the mid lane. He can try to afford to go in onto Roy Hun. He has signaled that ping, but Boar Lady went back into base.
Yep, HY here. Gonna come back to the mid lane, farm up some minions.
Right, he hasn't been falling that behind in farm. I think just a few behind. What's that? Orianna. Yeah, just a few behind Orianna. Adam here can try to go slightly aggressive onto Tofu, but as it stands, still not gonna happen. He needs to get a bit more tanky items. At least pick up maybe that Rylai's Full Scepter or I don't know. Even a Liandry's would have been good.
Yep, for a Elise, he is playing very, very passively in the top lane. You can see out of all the lanes, top lane has the least action of all. 0, 0, 0 on
Zero
both Diana
for everyone.
and
No kills for everyone in that top lane.
But their minion score is very, very high though.
Yeah, that's right. So they are going to prepare for the next dragon, which is going to come out about 2034. Right? 2034 is the next dragon. And SGS is doing a good job of securing it just because they are able to sit into that bottom lane and pressure it so heavily. And looks like we are going to see what could possibly be a clash here.
Oracle has already been bought on Darkness. This just comes to show how much SGS wants this dragon.
And getting that control, since they're not really snowballing hard this game, then the early Oracles mean so much more.
But if you see the composition late game wise, BKT does have a stronger late game composition. They have an extremely heavy AoE composition with the Orianna's ball into Misfortune's out, and if Taunt is able to land on multiple players. Oh, here we go, the engage on sack. The True Shot Barrage does manage to almost secure the kill, and it does with the final Mystic Shot. Choi here going to pick up the double kill over at the bottom lane.
Very nicely done, and this will be a free tap for them as well. A lot of action being able to go down at the same time. They're going to wait out. NDD has the taunt across the wall. Chowie still very happy. Wow, Arctic Assault across once again. This is man mode coming out from the boar.
And you can see Orianna here going in from the sidelines, going to try and defend the Diana there. Diana was forced to burn her flash. You guys didn't really see it, but Elise and Kha'Zix was actually circling down on him. Oh,
the ultimate comes in. Only catches out Hallelujah. Chowie still very, very free for those pokes. Getting hit a bit by the dissonance there. But Chowie's like, okay, it's fine. I got Vamp Scepter. I can live steal my way back to victory in this game.
No problem at all for Choi.
Top lane as well. Tofu pressuring out that top lane. He can use that Skittering Frenzy to beat down this turret ASAP.
Yeah, I would say what's screwing BKT over this game is the amount of pressure that SGS is putting onto the bottom lane, to the point where they are forced to defend, to send multiple people to defend the bottom lane, that their other lanes are left open. You can see the mid lane and top lane was actually doing pretty alright, but the pressure from the bottom lane was just too much that they actually had to send people back, and Kha'Zix and Diana and the Elise was actually free to push down the turret.
That's right, and SGS right now, they've got the item advantage, they've got the level advantage. They're just all over the place. Not a single person on the SGS side is a single digit levels, but BKT has two, both coming up from the jungle with the Shen, and of course the bot lane support, which is Thresh.
Yep, which is to be expected because these two roles are usually the roles that suffer in terms of level. You can see Darkness here with that Oracle being so annoying, gonna blind more of BKT's vision, forcing them to face check. But in exchange, NDD has bought his own Oracle. That would put him very much behind. Oh, the taunt goes down on Darkness, but now BKT is forced to back off as the ultimate from Hallelujah has gone down.
Oh,
SGS just taking out all the damage, but is this a wise choice? One member of SGS has already been taken out. Hallelujah gets taken out as well. Choi here gets very, very low. Just two more auto attacks. Great kill there by Sack onto Choi. Will secure the final kill, but in exchange, Tofu over at the back line just secured the ace for the side of SGS. Great.
Oh my god, just a really nice drawn out fight there.
I would say that was actually a very bad mistake by SGS to pile onto the side of BKT when all the ultimates has been popped. But doesn't matter, they are very much ahead in terms of items, and that actually pulled them ahead.
Yeah, that definitely gave them some sort of advantage. SGS and Tofu and Darkness didn't want to try to ward up the area around the Baron, bait it out, and then win.
Yep, can see the minions from the side of BKT starting to build up. SGS will have a lot of farm in a very few seconds. Top lane is going to be cleared. SGS now, what they need to do is to push out all the waves and try probably for a Baron attempt.
So overall though, SGS going very, very deep into the side of BKT's, sorry, of BKT's jungle. That was me being silly and dropping my mic by accident. So yeah, they're so confident in this one right now in terms of getting the extra, and they're sending up. But they look cool. They look like training a dog. You know, like hey,
you're leashing.
They're leashing the dog.
You're leashing the deadliest creature.
World's deadliest animals.
It's
only
a
in Summoner's Rift.
Well, it's an earthworm.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Hey, HY here. He's already 14. A bit more, he'll get the active camouflage. Most of them pick up active camouflage at least. That's what I see.
Because it does give you 3 procs of your ultimate, and that is a lot more damage on the single target you're trying to burst down.
Yeah, it's so hard to get the isolation bonus card on Kha'Zix. And we're seeing a lot of people, I mean, the next patch, the next PB, they're talking about how they're going to make it more viable for Kha'Zix players to evolve Q with incentive.
Yeah, it's like almost no one evolves
right now. Yeah,
Q,
there's no incentive to evolve it. So anyway, BKT hasn't been able to capitalize on that Shen ultimate yet. I just realized no global presence and very few strong team fights coming out from the side of BKT.
Except for the last one, but
it was okay. I guess it was good. But I mean, it was good, but they didn't really get a chance to do a wombo combo. If they did, you know, that would have been amazing. Tofu misses out the cocoon, goes straight onto ADM. He'll be forced to back out a bit more right now.
Yep, as NDD comes along the sideline, HY here, gonna throw down a bit of pokes with his Void Spikes, or in this case, Void Missiles, as
the
Darkness
Void Missiles, yeah,
comes in from the back to once again throw down some ward.
And now it's 10,000. It's a 10,000 goal disparity between these two teams. SGS, Chowie getting 7-2-4. He's splashing that Bloodthirsters, and I think he's going for the Blade of the Ruin King as well.
Harley sneaky there, just gonna camp in the bush. Now BKT stacks will get destroyed.
Yeah, BKT stack will get destroyed. And Darkness here caught in a precarious position. They're going straight onto him. Throws down the Wild Growth. Tofu gets hit by the death sentence. Will the box appear? No, he will throw down the Cocoon Repel and Flash Technique. Hallelujah takes down the bottom turret. Here comes Mecha Kha'Zix. He's going to jump into Royhun. Tons of damage coming in, and using the active camouflage to kind of escape.
But Roy does have that Zonia's Hourglass, so that will give him the extra armor to keep him alive. But in exchange, as they have sent so many people to the top lane, they easily have lost bottom lane to the side of SGS.
Yeah, so SGS just pressuring that one out easily. Hallelujah taunting it out. Arctic assaulted across the wall after... The thing about Sejuani is, you know, they swing that little flail thing across their head, and then suddenly they're gone.
It's like...
it's really very taunting.
It sounds like a song.
A song. You know what? Now that you mention it, it sounds very familiar, but I can't put my finger onto what it is. I'll have to get a rain check and tell you later.
Percolation. Yeah,
percolate. It's all about the percolation. And now Tofu has that big item. He has the Rhylax Crystal Scepter. Should be picking up the... Well, it looks like he's going to pick up a Void Star first. But definitely could go for the... Whoa, and missing out that
That's
Worms.
a beautiful ultimate there by Orion.
And I love your sarcasm today. It's so good.
Thanks, dude.
Your sarcasm spot on, bro.
I sound like Captain Obvious today.
Captain Obvious. So good.
And here you go, over in the mid lane. A lot. Oh, the fly.
That was a very mad life play. And they managed to catch on to Tofu. And Chowie, they're in bad position now. Darkness going in from the side. Tofu is baiting this out, man. He dies. He's going to go down a bit more. The box comes in. Adam's going to go down from Tofu's tick of damage. Royhood, Zonia's in a place that very helpful with the power. Oh my gosh, here comes HR from the side, dodging the flay. They're going to attack onto Royhood for 1 kill. Exhaust comes down, Chowie 2 kills. They can end this right here, right now. Will it be a 3rd kill? Will it be a 3rd kill? Another missing shot comes in. He doesn't need to go for the, oh my goodness, and in the fountain itself.
Them auto attack pokes into the final Mystic Shot, securing the kill, and here we go. The Nexus shards are being poked down. SGS here might take this game away, and you can see so much damage going onto the Nexus turret, and now the Nexus is naked. It's gonna get destroyed very soon.
It's naked.
Yes,
oh no.
it's so vulnerable
it's so
right
vulnerable.
now. And here we go. The Nexus is gonna get destroyed here, and they are gonna leave it up for Sejuani to do the last auto attack there.
Oh my goodness. So that was a long drawn out game, very slow paced start, but it was all about the little victories that got them to where they wanted. It's all about out farming, out playing. Very safe though, this this game for
yeah, especially the top lane. It was the safest lane in the history of mankind.
yeah, it was 0-0 all the way. No, Tofu wasn't particularly winning it, nor was he losing it. Diana was set back in a bit of farm, and it was just gearing up for that that extra late game.
Yep. It was just Tofu and Diana versus the world.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. So with that final score, Chawi on 10-2-6 carrying the team to victory. A clean sheet for Darkness, and this is not his first clean sheet this season. He's been doing extremely well in that support role. I don't know. I think it would have gone faster for them, but Chawi, you know, he just bypassed the Iceborne Gauntlet. Because he didn't need... Who needs Iceborne to kite? They were just out front damage winning.
Yeah, they had actually a very, very strong frontliner in the form of Sejuani. He doesn't need the kite. He can just go all in, burst down, especially Sek. Sek got destroyed by...
Oh yeah, the Sek got
by
destroyed.
Troy so many times.
The issue here I felt was that because Sejuani doesn't bring that much damage to the table, right? So they had to go to lanes where damage is big and bursty. You don't get that on Elise as often. You don't really... I mean, Ezreal, yeah, but it was very difficult. They were focusing on the bottom lane anyway. The mid lane there, Kha'Zix was roaming about here and there, but he was up against Orianna, who was more or less being able to kite and play around with ranges as well.
But what I would like to focus is that double flash.
The double flash play of the night was a double flash, dodging the shockwave coming out from Orianna.
And I think Royal Hoon, the moment he saw that, he was like, shit.
GG. Yeah, FML, man.
So
FML.
dead.
All right, so that was game 2. We just saw SGS take another game away from the Bangkok Titans. Better luck next time, guys. And when we come back from the commercial break, we'll be watching the final match of the night.
SAJ versus
the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Let's see whether they learned anything from game 1.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere.
Wow, banana.
So boring.
Hey, Elliot.
No one heard that.
So I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm 22 already. Don't have to come help me wear my clothes for me. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
When people are glued to your phone.
I know, right?
Hey bro, can I borrow your racket? Thanks. Hey bro, can I borrow your shoe? Thanks. Hey bro, can
Hey, just take everything, okay?
No, I just want your underwear.
Help me fix this. Help me tapao. Help me throw this.
Hey, Foxy, I need your help for something.
Why do you always need help?
Hey bro, you jogging ah? Hey bro. You sleeping ah? Bro, you peeing ah?
No, I'm washing the urinal. But then...
Help me fix this. Help me tapao. Help me throw this.
Foxy, Foxy, I need your help for something.
Why do
Foxy,
you always need help?
Janice.
What?
Nothing. Hey, you watching this show? Damn good, man. Action damn tight. Hey, you watching or not? It's damn awesome, ah. Hey, you missed the best part.
Why is it so hot?
So hot.
Why is it so hot?
I was eating the chicken rice from that.
Look good, no? I heard quite nice one.
Wait, take picture first. Wait, take a picture first. Wait, take picture first.
Quite nice one.
Snape killed Dumbledore. Kids, I'm gonna tell you an incredible story.
Wait. I need to go toilet first. Sorry, I left my phone in the toilet. Sorry.
Kids, I'm gonna tell you an incredible story. The story of how I met your...
Wow, banana.
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
The Freljord, a frozen, desolate place. War is coming to the Freljord. The Avarosan, the largest and strongest of the tribes. Led by Ash, they seek peaceful unification. The Winter's Claw, the most warlike and brutal of the tribes. Led by Sejuani, they think peace is another word for weakness. Sejuani has sworn to purge this weakness. Through war, the Freljord will be purified. Far in the north, the peaceful Frost Guard protect Freljord's ancient secrets. Or so the world believes. In truth, the Frost Guard protect me, Lysandra. While others bicker, we prepare. When the time is right, we will strike. They cannot withstand us. They are only human. And when the war is over, the world, our world, will be reborn in ice.
Alright, let's go.
Go where? I can't see.
Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Lysandra, the Ice Witch. Fueled by corrupted magic, Lysandra is the Ice Witch of the Freljord and plots to unleash a new Ice Age upon the world. She is a nimble, high-utility mage with an array of crowd control abilities, crushing and impaling her foes in any solo lane. With spells of Black Ice, Lysandra is a strong contributor to any teamfight and can always keep her enemies at a distance. Iceborne is Lysandra's passive, giving her an occasional free spell cast. Each time one of her abilities hinders an enemy's movement, Iceborne's cooldown is reduced by 1 second for each enemy affected. Ice Shard sends out a spear of ice that damages enemies in its path and slows the first unit hit. If Ice Shard hits an enemy, the projectile shatters and travels farther than it would otherwise. Players looking for consistent damage output should always max this ability first. Ring of Frost damages and freezes enemies in place around Lissandra. Since the ability has no cast time, she won't stop to cast Ring of Frost while moving. However, enemies frozen in place are still able to attack or cast abilities. Glacial Path sends an Ice Claw flying in target direction, dealing magic damage to enemies in a line. By reactivating the ability, Lissandra can teleport to the Claw's location at any point along the path. While the Claw is in motion, she can attack and cast spells freely. Lissandra's ultimate, Frozen Tomb, can be cast on either enemy champions or herself. When cast on an enemy, the champion is stunned and the ground beneath them freezes and expands outward, damaging and slowing enemies in the area. When cast on herself, Lissandra becomes invulnerable and untargetable for the duration, while the ice stems from her position. Ice Shard is an essential tool for establishing early dominance with Lissandra. She can aim it through minions to pressure her opponent from a safe distance. Especially when facing melee champions, Ring of Frost can lock opponents in place for an easy hit with Ice Shard when they get too close. When cast on herself, Glacial Path is extremely valuable for following up with ganks. By using Ice Shard to slow Zed just as Vi comes into view, Glacial Path allows Lissandra to keep up even after he flashes away, and she lands a second Ice Shard for the kill with Ignite. Especially when facing melee champions, Ring of Frost can lock opponents. Although Glacial Path is key for escaping, it's important to note that if Lissandra is disabled, she won't be able to teleport. This is where Ring of Frost comes in handy, as it's great for creating distance from pursuers. When being chased, Lissandra can use Glacial Path to easily misdirect enemies. Throwing it over the wall here, she misdirects Shaco into following in the direction of the Claw. Even if he followed her, she still could have chosen to teleport away. Lissandra is an excellent initiator for ganks and can almost guarantee a kill with her full combo. When roaming to the bottom lane, she closes the gap quickly with Glacial Path, then singles out Nami with Frozen Tomb and Ring of Frost for an easy kill, as Caitlyn escapes with a well-timed cleanse. Lissandra can change the flow of a fight almost instantly. As Shaco approaches, she uses all of her abilities in quick succession to burst and lock him in place, then finishes by reactivating Glacial Path early to hop a short distance and get away cleanly. With Ice Shard's low cooldown, Lissandra is exceptional at kiting enemies over long distances. Lissandra first disengages with Ring of Frost and Glacial Path. As Jax pursues her from the Dragon Pit to the second turret, she lands Frozen Tomb amidst 4 consecutive casts of Ice Shard along the way. Jax makes the mistake of continuing the chase despite being whittled down repeatedly by Lissandra. Finally, he dives her underneath the turret and falls to Ring of Frost plus Ice Shard. With Glacial Path, Lissandra can often set up kills from plain sight. Using Glacial Path into Ring of Frost, she freezes Karthus in place for a follow-up stun from Frozen Tomb. Karthus is locked up long enough for Riven to catch up and get the kill. Although Frozen Tomb is a very destructive spell, it sometimes needs to be used defensively to save Lissandra from heavy amounts of damage. She engages a fight with Glacial Path into Ring of Frost, but takes a lot of counterattack damage. Self-casting Frozen Tomb, she blocks 2 turret shots and damage from Karthus, while still slowing Graves, giving Misfortune a kill. Lissandra complements area of effect team compositions extremely well. As Amumu engages, she hops over the wall with Glacial Path into Ring of Frost and Frozen Tomb, which absolutely eviscerates the enemy team, giving Lissandra a quadra kill.
Is it cold in here? Or is it just me?
When building Lissandra, focus on a mix of magic damage and durability to support her close-range playstyle. For runes, try Magic Penetration Marks, Scaling Health Seals, Magic Resist Glyphs, and Ability Power Quintessences. Try 2109 Masteries, taking Magic Penetration and Ability Power in offense, with Mana Regeneration and increased neutral buff duration in utility. Flash and Ignite are great choices for Lissandra, allowing her to secure kills and quickly reposition in teamfights. Thanks for tuning in to the Lissandra Champion Spotlight. Please subscribe to the Riot Games YouTube channel and leave us your comments just below the video.
Hello.
And welcome back to GPL Summer Season, Day 2, Week 2.
Yes, and we're down to our last game. I can't believe it. This is the last game I'm going to cast for quite some time.
2 months? 1?
Yeah,
3?
probably about that. What?
What?
2, 1, 3, 5? Who knows? Anyway, so it's the last game, and it's going to be the Saigon Jokers going up against the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Now, KLH just lost their first game just now. It was quite upsetting performance for me.
Very unfortunate, actually.
And, you know, they are out for blood this week against SAJ once again. Last week was pretty much an upset against the Saigon Jokers. So let's see whether KLH can come back in this one and reassert their dominance in the league. So we will be going to Bands Picks very soon. Today's line for SAJ is still the same as what we've conventionally see. QCV will be in that top lane, safety in the jungle, Nick Sword in the mid, Archie, the Archie Judy combo in that bottom lane. Now I'm expecting definitely SAJ, the comfort picks must be taken out. If anything, make sure to get rid of Nidalee, get rid of what's that, the Ezreal. Yeah, why did I do that?
Bang bang.
I look like one of those old animes.
Old China movies.
No, it wasn't an old China movie. This is it's an actual anime where Spirit Hunters. What's that one called? Never mind. I'll think about it. I'll book it. I'll come back later to this.
And here we go. We do have.
I got it. It was Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, so Kha'Zix being banned is the first one from the side of the Saigon Jokers.
Ooh, Lissandra, very, very interestingly. And
right, because
Nick Swatter has played Lissandra.
Yeah, last week he played Lissandra.
Not too good, actually.
Yeah.
Not too sure why they're banning him out.
Oh, well, he's been playing a lot of it recently. I mean, when he was doing his solo queue. So it's something he's getting more familiar with. Lissandra getting some nerfs in the next patch from what I heard as well. I'm not too fond of the patches. I think she's quite balanced. A lot of people try to shift that power a bit here and there.
But she does have a lot of lock in the form of her
the ultimate,
her ultimate and
the Frozen Tomb and the Ring of Frost.
Yeah,
Ring of Frost, really good as well. So Twisted Fate being taken out by SH as well. All these are very OP picks, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if they took out stuff like Zac or even Jace for that last
despite after the nerfs to Twisted Fate, still a lot of people play him.
The nerf is in this patch, so still very, very strong. I would say it doesn't change much. He just needs to spec up a bit more.
Cooldown reduction.
Not even need cooldown reduction, but what's going to happen is that you need that blue buff more than ever now, because the mana cost, they changed how blue card works again. You get flat mana back, yes. It really hurts his laning phase. And you get less ganks off.
Yep, your ultimate increased by 30 seconds. And on top of that, your third spell doesn't really have
the CDR anymore.
And attack speed anymore.
The attack speed is now double, so they compensate by giving you more attack speed for that point you get in.
So we might actually see a few AD Twisted Fates.
Maybe,
there is a possibility of that. 30% attack speed for free is quite a big amount.
I still rather pick Kog'Maw though, because Kog'Maw gets so much more for just pumping Q. Shen being banned as well, so global, it's all the OP global presence. They let SAJ get Nidalee, but they want Diana instead. Wow, so this is SAJ going in for experimental builds. They usually, when they want to win, everything is about going comfort.
Yep.
But now they think they can go up to KLH and say, hey guys, we're gonna play something new, and therefore the Diana pick. Now, Diana is really strong still. They could have been inspired by this earlier clip that appeared on Reddit, the top page, where it was Rapid Star doing some crazy moves, man, high mechanical skills with that Diana. You know, sometimes when I watch high level plays as well, I go like, hey, I'm going home, insta-locking Morgana, insta-locking Anivia, that kind of moments, and I'm sure these guys have it too sometimes.
And then when you play it out, you fail miserably.
Or do I?
Or do
I?
So revelation here, L. Diamond Elo player.
Diamond Elo players.
Challenger
level. Pop the collar. Pow! They're going to go for Thresh on the side of KLH and Nasus. So they're not going back to their guns. Most of the time they don't run these champions too often. I would prefer Walans to go for that Sona, since he already had a bit of warm-up in game 1. Probably talked it out a bit more of his team. Now Thresh is great and all. But you want to make sure your team has that synergy to play with Thresh. Not all teams are able to just like capitalize on it.
But I would say the Mad Life move just now that
BKT
made, I call it the fly.
Yeah, the fly, because it's 2 flies, right? Yeah. So it's the fly. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, but they didn't really do much about it. The positioning of his hook landed on Ezreal, but he arcane shifted right
Yeah,
off the bat.
which was kind of sad, but at the same time really, really funny. SAJ going for, this is very standard SAJ style warm combo, man. These guys have the synergy. One thing about SAJ that we must know is the synergy is there. They've done a lot of synergetic plays. They actually, well, they prefer the siege mentality where they go for a lot of poke comps. But, I mean, they gave up the Nidalee, they gave up the Jace already. So trying something new here, very un-SAJ-like.
Very all-in kind of composition
something
they have.
new that they're trying to go with. I don't blame them for being experimental. I mean, after all, they are. But then again, now that they picked the Ezreal in this SAJ comp, I think that for me is a no-go. If they wanted to play this all-in comp, why not go for MF? Why not go for Graves or even Varus? I mean, these three would have gone perfectly. Ezreal, you don't get that same epicness with that Cataclysm.
I'm actually very surprised no Corki players are actually popping out after the buff to Corki.
Well, a lot of people have done some math with Corki, really. And one of the issues that comes out with running a Corki strat is that you are going to lose out in terms of DPS in the itemization. Previously, we used to see a lot of Corkis run Trinity Force, right? Trin Force was the go-to item, and now specking up for Trin Force, even though they decrease the cost of it, just doesn't give you that same output as, let's say, if I were to just build up Static Shift with a BT.
Ruin King or stuff like that.
Things like that. Corki doesn't have a high amount of attack speed innately, and even the level percent is not that high. I'm more likely to go and pick a Tristana, just like what KLH is doing right now.
Yep, Tristana is 80% attack speed, they're 100%.
How can it 90? Goes to 70%, 70%. Free AS. Just press your Q for the next 7 seconds and just like bam, rapid fire all the way. KLH's comp once again kind of tells me a bit of a mixed message. You know, it's not something which is intuitive. You're running that Zed inside. So how do you run that, man? Zed's gonna go all in. Then your Tristana's gonna be at the back like, hey, protect me, and all you gotta have is really just Thresh. Cannon is all in AoE. Like, where are you going with this comp? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Where are you going with this comp?
I honestly don't see a particular composition for KLH, honestly speaking. All of their team is extremely scattered in terms of what each member does. You can see Golden is very all-in. Tristana usually stands in the back line, tries to take out the bruisers first before going for the ADCs.
Right.
And Thresh, the only guardian for Tristana here is Thresh. But the thing about Tristana is she has a lot of peel by herself. Yes. She has that rocket jump. She has that ultimate as well to knock a whole bunch of people backwards.
Right, there is that. So we're gonna see QTV in that top lane, that Diana, just like what we saw in the second game. Mixed Water here, I think that Malzahar pick is pretty smart as opposed to going for what he originally wanted. Now, I can't remember what he was going to pick just now, but this is much better. Just now, what do you want to... He wanted... Nah, I can't remember what it was.
Can't recall.
But anyway, yeah. So, going for that, why I like the Malzahar pick over what he originally was going to select is because Malzahar works great with that Cataclysm. When you use your Void Zone and the Call of the Void, you know, the Q and W inside Cataclysm is devastating. More lockdown, more damage. Malzahar brings that single target, which will be able to lock down the Tristana, very important.
Or a Zed, if he does dive in.
Yeah, the issue with Zed, though, is that the laning phase is going to be really difficult for Mels to play with. Zed is very in your face. You don't have that much to play with. Getting that silence off, also not the most simplest thing against someone slippery like Zed.
He has two positioning skills in the form of his Living Shadow and his ultimate as well.
That is absolutely correct. So I'm expecting SAJ to have the more fluid team fight, while KLH, they are looking a bit more like a, I don't know, win the lane, try to win the game team. I don't know. I can't put my finger on this strategy. And this might be KLH playing safe picks. I mean, I know Golden plays a bit of
Zed.
Yep. You know, he's been training that Zed in mid lane. He's played off Kha'Zix Zed Kayle during the pre-nerfed Ruin King era, so he should be quite comfortable.
Yeah, and Tainted Ones play quite a bit of Nasus.
Yeah, he played the pre-nerf Nasus as well. We don't see Nasus popping up that strongly anymore because of the Wither nerfs. But XXF, you know, he's all over the place with these picks. Never seen him play Cannon. Warlands as well, not known for that Tristana plays. Red Hot Rays, always see him on Sona. Then now he decides
Thresh.
And with their picks, I would have thought that it would be much, much better to go in for a Blitzcrank rather than that Thresh pick.
Yep,
because with Thresh, you gotta go in to start that fight, but you don't want to go in on the KL, on SAJ's comp, man.
And the thing is, if you have a Blitzcrank, you could hook the high-value targets from the side of SAJ and allow Zed to burst the guy down without putting himself
no
in too much
jeopardy,
of a
right?
risk.
Yeah, there's no jeopardy and no risk involved with that kind of play. So Red Hot Race going for that Thresh pick, not something I can fully endorse, but that laning phase might be slightly better.
Yep, that is true. Because for the bottom lane, we are seeing almost the same composition in AD, except for the AD for the side of Wana stopping from the Misfortune as compared to the previous game. But who do you think will come out ahead in the bottom lane?
I don't know. I feel that Archie, giving Archie the Ezreal, is that this big confusion problem where I kept saying every time Ezreal gets Archie. But I mean, that's how close these two guys are. We saw the pro player pick video. You saw the pro player pick video where Archie was like, my favorite, I mean, he says it in Vietnamese, obviously. He says, my favorite pick is Ezreal. And then I was like, yeah. He always plays Ezreal. He always plays Ezreal. He only plays Ezreal. When we were at Season 2 Regionals, the qualifiers for Worlds,
it was Ezreal.
It was Ezreal all the way.
It was for the first match of the GPL, it was Ezreal.
It was Ezreal.
For the second match of the GPL that they played, it was Ezreal.
What was the third one?
I think it was Ezreal.
I think it was Ezreal as well. So it's really just been his go-to champ. Giving it to him means that they're saying you can just go, go.
Yep. We feel
have fun with Ezreal. Go for that blue build. Blue build is so OP now, especially if you're proficient with Izzy. You can go to that bot lane, kind of tear it up a bit, snowball, and once you get the the Iceborne Gauntlet and the Muramana, you're fine.
Yep. And, of course, the spirit of the Elder Lizard, the triple blue.
Well, some people have just foregone the Spirit of the Lizard Elder. It's a good item, but it's debatable. The blue build, you can simply just get Muramana with Last Whisper and Iceborne, and you're golden as it is. Or you're blue, I would say. You're blue, but...
You're blue and double D.
Then you're
Davada.
Yeah, blue Davadi, Davada, yes.
That's the only reference I can think of.
I'm not too sure how many people watching will understand what we just said. To them, some of them will be like, blah, what?
What?
You crazy casters.
If you were born 20 years ago, you would understand.
Yeah, probably so. So SAJ up against KLH. SAJ sitting on the blue team, KLH on the purple side. I'm thinking level 1, definite advantage coming in from KLH. Whoever has a hook, basically, or some sort of good CC at the start, usually has the advantage. I expect from the side of SAJ to play very safe. The good thing about that Jarvan, the early Jarvan pick, is that you are very anti, you're a scout. You're anti-initiation. You show that flag somewhere, they go like, man, he knows.
Yep.
He knows.
Time to get away.
Yeah. And Diana here running also, Kiryu running that teleport, something which is very Season 2, right? Running top lane teleport is very Season 2 style. Nowadays, we see mid lanes running teleport instead.
Because mid lane, most of the champions in the mid lane does have the burst to take someone out. Top lane is more of the farm fest until the late game come in for utility.
Most people now go Dyrus style in their top lane where you see just... Dyrus always says this, it's very classic Dyrus, where he says, basically everyone, when they play against me, the game is like a 4v4. And he says it in that stupid tone. It's basically a 4v4 because I'll make the other guy stay in lane forever. And we'll both sit there and farm. And then it feels like that,
And Tofu.
And
what was the other guy?
And all of them, they just sit there and it's very stagnant for a top lane. And that's going to force them. So QTV here, he playing that teleport, goes to show he wants that global presence, want to make 5v3s happen, 5v4s happen.
He wants to make stuff happen.
He wants to go around. What happens though is that these teleport builds tend to fall off simply because by the late game they're missing an ignite in that top lane.
You can obviously tell Nessus is bored.
He's done. That is very Tai Chi style. I did not know that Nessus goes for these kind of plays. And a very strange flag for SAJ, man. Why the flag there? I do not know.
And because of that, Tainted One continues to dance.
Yeah.
He secures the ward, and that is 2 extra damage for his Siphoning Strike.
Oh my goodness. What is going on with this game here? What is going on? KLH getting an early start. And you know what? I blame Jarvan for that one. If he threw that flag in a more precarious position, life would have been sweeter.
Definitely, for sure. You
Yeah.
can see Archie here.
Judy must feel like crap now. He planted that Explorer's Ward and he just gave money.
Oh, I thought it was an Explorer's Ward?
Yeah, it was Explorer's Ward.
Oh,
so money in the bank there coming in for... Like,
But-
it feels wasted, man. It just
But
feels wasted.
you know what's the worst part? Giving Knossos that extra 2 damage.
Yeah. The extra 2 damage, man. It feels, feels crappy.
You know how many times as an AD carry I've escaped with 2 health?
Yeah.
Almost never.
Oh yeah, because you're bad.
Yeah.
Because you're a bad player,
I'm
dude.
a horrible player. You can see XXF here being very aggressive. Goldens turning purple.
that was has to be one of the strangest plays I've seen Goldens do. Walking up, shadow slashing the creep,
and turning purple.
And turning purple, basically. This team that SAJ runs is basically all purple, if you notice.
That tasted purple.
Yeah, that tasted purple. QTV is gonna have a bit of a. He's gonna get bullied a bit more, I feel, up against Kennen. Kennen has that range advantage. My bad, sorry, I adjusted the camera. While Nick's Water is going to be able to push out the lane, but Goldens should be able to bully him once he picks up that level 3 or 4.
Yep. And the jungler from the side of SAJ gonna teleport back to base. As he does see that he can't really gank the top lane. Nessus here just gonna get started on his red buff. Quite slow jungling, I would say.
Yeah, it's rather slow, and nothing's really come out too conclusively for these teams. Archie here just needs, the problem that blue build really is that you're going to ramp up a bit slower in terms of damage until you get one of those core items.
But your pokes will be very, very strong once you build the Icebound Gauntlets up, because in team fights, having perpetual 40% slow is extremely annoying.
It's going to be very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Archie here needs to just pick up the pace a bit more in terms of harass. XXM also getting a nice lead. We don't see much jungle presence at the moment, but that's to be expected, seeing as it's Nasus and Jarvan. Jarvan has slightly better, but definitely want to pick up at least like Golden Aegis or the Spirit Stone, so that going end might be a simpler task.
And the thing about Jarvan is he likes to gank the middle lane, but against a Zed with Living Shadow, which can easily dodge his Spear Flag combo, it might be quite tough.
Right, and here we see Kennen. Let's see what he's running. Let's see what the man's running. He's running armor penetration. He's running hybrid penetration actually. So he's gonna go for that. And we've seen it before. The powerful, crazy hybrid cannon going for Blade, Ruin King, Rylai's. Alright, here we go. One play, one exhaust coming in from both sides of the team. Red Hot Rays getting it out. Wallace using the jump, the barrier comes in. Both sides get it off. Will Wallace be able to be picked up by? Yes, it looks like Lulu will get that kill. So Junie making it worthwhile actually overall.
Yep.
It was a 3v2, yeah. So First Blood did go to Wallens, but at least there was some sort of respite from this jungle gang.
Yep, the jungler. The thing about support XXF here taking quite a bit of damage, but Diana was just a bit too far to do any follow-up at all. And just as I was saying, support, most people think supports don't need gold, but supports with gold can give a lot of global presence.
Right, yeah, especially in this team, I'm expecting him to go Shard of True Eyes. Shard of True Eyes is going to be very, very powerful on the team with Diana, Jarvan, and already that Lulu. I've seen Lulu's chain up the ultimate with the Shard of True Eyes, and it's just like you lock down as though people have been permanently hit by that Thresh wall. Nothing, it's such a crazy amount of slow.
Yep, a constant 40% slow isn't very happy.
Yeah, alongside with the Lulu's Wild Growth Slow Aura, stacking, man, just powerful stuff. Kington once here, building up that Spirit Stone already, still a little slower in that jungle. And Jarvan, of course, lacking behind in the farm because he did go for tons of ganks in that top lane. Yep. But they're focusing it way too much. Archie here not being able to pick up much on that first retrieve back.
Yeah, but he does have that Tears of the Goddess, which is one of the important items that you will need for his core build.
Yep, and Safety here managed to sneak into the side of the brush. Finally, they're doing something about that bot lane.
Ward being planted out there. The Spear Flag combo goes down. Tristana jumps away pretty easily. Red Hot Rays now getting the all the hurt getting taken on to
Yeah,
Windhawk Race. The
that's
lantern just gonna be thrown at a particularly peculiar position.
Right, that one I think more or less is just to use the sword to get the shield down. Nothing too fancy about that play. Just something very safe, a bit counterintuitive to some of us, but I think he saw a sword and he wanted to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't really for the...
Oh, for all you know, he might actually be betting on that 2 armor to save his life.
Maybe that 2 armor, man. So good.
Yep, QTV here at the top lane, just gonna farm it out. It's gonna be a Dyrus lane as stated by Elliot here.
Yeah, the Dyrus lane, man. But a lot more bullying going on for XXF, and that's important because the more he bullies out that Diana, less chances she's going to use that teleport. As long as the wave is pushing out, the risk of running that teleport is going to be that...
Lower, yep.
Yeah, you'll have to run out. And XXF, running Ignite, a lot of kill pressure in that lane. So QTV can't really go in for the assertive fight.
Yeah, but actually I do predict QTV she's only gonna use this teleport once she's level 6, and she has hit level 6. So we might see some teleport gangs the moment she tries to push out the turret, but Cannon is just putting so much pressure onto the lane, not giving her any room at all to maneuver around.
That's right. We're talking about how she's how XXF is specking for double penetrations, right? So he's going for the ADAS build. Like I was saying, it's usually Blade of the Ruin King with a Rylai's Crystal Scepter, and somehow that guy just tears people through with the lightning and shit.
Yep.
It's really quite crazy.
For some reason, you cast magical spells, but you do physical damage.
Yeah, and that's the strong part about Cannon. He can do so much. Here, Tainter's going in. They're going to go for the fight, and will Tainter's drop down from a kill? Junie picks up that kill with the help me picks, and instead they trade. Support's getting kills on both jungles.
Oh, here, Nixwater gonna come in to prevent the dragon from being taken, but the teleport finally being used. QTV here gonna do a very nice Crescent Slash combination. Golden's here gonna get tagged by Malzahar's ultimate and awkwardly walks away.
No, it looks like QTV might have this advantage. Moonlight has been procced onto Zed, does not have the ultimate as of yet, so...
Yeah, it's still on cooldown.
It's gonna be a one-on-one. Archie Wallen's dueling it off. Throwing the exploding shot, going in. Nicely chained up there by Archie, and that's why you know that he knows his Ezreal. He knows his Ezreal mechanics, using the Arcane Shift aggressively when he needs to.
Yep. And he knows exactly if Tristana goes in, she will die because Lulu is just around the corner. She does have an ultimate up. So he can afford to play a bit more risky.
But look at the way that they've warded up this area here by KLH. All around, man. Pink ward, green ward. Just so much area for them to play around with near the Dragon Pit.
Yeah,
while SAJ, they've only warded defensively.
Random thought. If you had vision wards in real life, what would you do with it?
Put it in the toilet of the girl I like.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Maybe. No, I wouldn't.
Oh, they're barely missing the Moonfall
Flag
there.
Spear combo, is it going to come in? No. Looks like he will escape from that one.
In exchange, the Jarvan does do the walk-up combo. Doesn't really do much.
Walk-up combo? Just walking up, that's a combo to you?
Yeah,
okay,
that's how low level
we'll call it the walk-up combo from now on. So, okay, tonight when we're playing games, I'll be like, hey, Darren, prepare top. Okay, hey, careful, I'm using my walk-up combo. Alright, tonight, man.
So, taking 2 steps is a combo already.
2 steps is the walk,
if you can combo to 3, you're a plat player.
The right click, man. So, Junie here, having to defend that bottom by himself. Archie's coming back in, he's going for the early Mana Mune. So, this is talking about the increased damage you're going to get. He's choosing to forego things like Sheen. Right, Mana Mune gives you extra damage. Oh, and it looks like a top lane having to burn that flash by QTV.
Yeah, he will get stunned, so good move on his part there.
Like I was saying, the reason why I don't like people like holding on to that tier and then building up into either that last whisper or even just cycling it up, picking another piece of the puzzle like the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, is because Mana Mune doesn't give you that extra bank rate, but you pay 1,000 for extra after the tier to get what, a few 20 extra damage?
Yeah, but it does help you ramp up to your Muramana faster.
Not necessarily. I mean, you still get the same amount per thing you do.
No, but the thing is, your auto attack does build up
Yeah,
more as well. So
yeah, that's true lah. I mean, like you could. I think for the amount you pay, you could have easily just spent on extra damage.
Yeah, because like even if you go for other items first, by the time you get Muramana, your Tears of the Gods is pretty much halfway done.
Yeah, and then you have easily gotten up to Muramana
Yeah,
at that
like
point in time.
probably after 1 to 2 minutes after you get the Muramana, it will be.
Yeah, oh my goodness, and that the steal by Golden's there, taking that race that Nixwater worked so hard for.
Yep, and in exchange another. Oh, there you go, Nixwater going in for the engage of Golden. They're gonna get locked down, so that minion.
Oh my goodness, and the passing on. Tainted once here getting hit by the Q. Very nice use of the Void. Will it be enough to fight? Oh my goodness, the auto attack, the minion is hitting! The punch! No, not enough to take him down.
Oh!
And the Spirit Fire just eating Nixwater from the inside. He must be feeling terrible right now.
And here we go, the and the True Shot Barrage missing by just a little bit as well. But
we saw that ping, it was like damn. I did not get Tainted once. And that was it, man. Like, I think Nixwater was hoping just a bit more. I can get that
final hit.
Yeah, that E off. What is that E called? Melfic Visions. He was almost gonna get it, and then Tainted was like, bam! Take my spirit ground, son.
I wave my hands up in the air sometimes.
And the bottom lane, another nice kill there onto Walans. They traded Archie and Walans at the same time, so back to square one. The gold score, very much even. Like, it's about 600 gold, not gonna see a big ticket item come out from that difference.
Yep. Probably one Doran's blade is pretty much it.
Yeah, that's why it's less than that because it's spread across 5 people. You're talking about 100 extra gold per person.
So probably 2 potions.
2 potions extra per person.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Exit here gonna go down for the engage of QTV.
This is it.
Should be able to burst it down, and Diana goes in for the final to try and turn things around, but her damage is just not enough.
Right, so that is going to be pretty decisive because we're seeing Cannon getting to pick up big items now. He's only picked up that boot, but he has about 1,002 in his bank. He can either go for the Rylai's or he can start building up the Foul Water Cutlass.
Yeah, I think the only champion that Red Hot Rays can play that would make sense with his name would be Victor.
Red Hot, yeah, definitely, because it's all about the Red Hot Rays when it comes to Victor. XSF not picking up anything. He's picked up the Negatron Cloak, so now that bit of a strange item to me because he's winning that lane. I would expect him to go for other things, you know, like something offensive to win that lane. Abyssal Scepter could be in the works. Then that isn't too strange, I guess, but why not go for the Blasting Wand, man? You're winning.
Yeah. If you're winning, go offensive.
Junie here, having to use that Glitter Lance, forcing to burn that flash off. Very nice play here by Tainted Ones. Archie going back in. Are they going to collapse? Now that is going to be very bad positioning from them. It's going to be a 4-on-3, and they do not know the plans that KLH have up their sleeves.
What plans do they possibly have?
So Junie here, using that pink, having to double ward that Dry Brush. It looks like a 5-man onto Dragon here by SAJ. It's going to be a full-blown team fight. Cannon in the top lane going to take out the turret. So they need to get this Dragon. If not, it's definitely not going to be worth it. They've got it, and using the Lantern to go back to safety.
Yep, that is a very nice move there by Red Hot Rays. Just gonna play passively this game because they don't have Cannon. But in exchange, Cannon did manage to take out one of the turrets at the top lane, so that should give KLH a little bit more room to maneuver around.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And I'm just hoping that SAJ here, they need to continue that pressure. Their top lane is down, XXF is going to get a lot more roaming pressure. What I would expect SAJ to do is really just group up and push down the lane. They have the capability to start that team fight and win it out.
Yep, Nessus as of now is pretty tanky. He does have that Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and of course he does have the ultimate as well, which is going to give him a hefty amount of health pool, so he will be able to stand in front lines and tank a lot of the damage from the side of SAJ. And in the back lines, they have Zed, which is able to burst down Astro pretty much easily with the Death Mark into his full burst combo.
Look at how desperate Diana is at the moment because she's so starved and farmed. Triple Dorans with Seeker's Arm Guard. Just be a boss about it, man.
Triple ring, she's like one of those
this is my gangster.
Chinese
This is my gangster. Oh, and going in for the engage. Mid lane, they've got Goldens for a very nice lockdown. Oh my goodness, a very nice use of the Death Mark here. He will go down still, but it's not without a trade here. Tainted One should be able to Q. Bam! Right across the face. Danger once picks up that kill.
Well, he didn't even Q that. It was just full-blown auto attack all the way.
And that Fury of the Sands helped him pick up the last bit of percentage health. QTV also tried to go to kill to XXF, but XXF won that trade, forcing him to back off. Look at that.
Yep, KLH did pretty badly the previous game, but this game it seems that they are turning things around by putting the hurt onto SEJ.
Right, so I don't really understand how this works. Is it a scissors, paper, stone sort of a triangle between KLH, SAJ, and every other bottom tier GPL team?
I have no idea.
Because it seems like SAJ wins every other team, and KLH gets owned by every other team. And then when it comes to these games, when they match up, suddenly KLH like,
wins.
bam, beat you SAJ.
I'm a god in this kind of games,
Exactly.
and suddenly they just win.
So I don't know. It's starting to seem like SAJ has this bad streak against KLH.
Well, you have to have karma hit you somewhere, and in SAJ's case, karma comes in the form of KLH.
KLH, yeah. I guess that is a very apt way of putting it. The Death Sentence comes in, misses by a hair, and they're really banking on Ezreal here to just pick up the speed for the team.
Yep, RG has been able to carry a few games, even in the Season 2, the qualifiers. It was Ezreal who managed to carry SAJ to victory that game.
Yeah, I'm worried for SAJ only because XXF is on such a good streak. Their heart rate goes down really low. Danger once comes in once again. Thresh goes to safety. Looks like they're going to pick up their heart rates there, but a lot of tagging coming down onto Archie won't be enough. He does not have any sort of ability, and Zed coming from behind. That's it, man. Bye-bye. And that foreman, man, just taking out in the process. Wide Nasus because of Cataclysm. Very nice to the Cataclysm there.
Yeah, Nasus doesn't really have flash to get out of it, so he will be just tanking free turret damage for
But look at that, I mean,
3 seconds.
Tristana managed to get so much out of it. 3-2-3 now, already the Blade of the Ruined King. Ezreal, that blue build is not going to be very powerful if against a super hyper carried Tristana.
Yeah, Tristana will just be able to out DPS. And here we go, Nixwater gonna throw down the Zonia's Hourglass. And does manage to got most of the damage from Slicing Maelstrom, but the auto attack is coming down. And Zed from the backline with the Death Mark is just gonna secure the kill.
He missed, he did not throw down the Void Zone, and that, using that Nether Grass without the Void Zone was what made him lose so much DPS with XXF. He needs some penetration right now because Malzahar, he's got the Zonias, he's got the Tear of the Goddess. Glacial Shroud, yeah, but where he's not gonna beat a cannon with that Negatron cloak right there.
Yeah, that is true. You can see his damage hardly chipped off. It chipped off quite a bit, but it was his full combo.
Yeah, it was a full combo, so
Yeah.
I don't think that's really worth it for the side of
But I'm interested to
SAJ.
see how much money Cannon has. He has been sitting out of his base, 2.7k right now. That is a lot of gold to be banking into the bank. Let's see, he picks up the Abyssal Scepter there. So it's just going to help his team shred more magic resist onto the enemy. That will give him more damage as well as Gnosis' Spirit Fire.
Absolutely. So KLH on a good streak. They're about 3,000 gold. Well, sorry, 3,000 gold ahead of the Saigon Jokers. And I don't know what SAJ can do to really fight this out. They've not been grouping out, but when they should have earlier, and now those team fights gonna not really work in their favor since SAJ, I mean, KLH is just so much more itemized. We're seeing Zed with the Brutalizer and Blade of the Ruined King, Tristana with Blade of the Ruined King and a new best friend sword. And with Nasus, man, Nasus is fat. He got the lock of the Iron Solari, more than enough to just carry this through.
Yeah, and on top of that, he has the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. That is a lot of armor to be having.
This one's the Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Yeah, Ancient Golem. They kind of hot race. Looks like Archie has the powerful. Oh, and will that be enough? Archie has the Ice Bomb Golem, I was saying. Damage coming in. Wallen getting the Buster Shot and just blasting in the face, Archie. Fly, baby, fly.
But in exchange, it was still a 2-for-1 trade. So
It
overall,
was.
an advantage for the setup SAJ.
It could have gone so much better, really. But that's how strong Tristana is right now. She's getting kills. As long as she's getting kills, that's all that matters. But she will hyper carry way harder than Ezreal.
Yeah.
And right now, the base and the region pressure is just region pressure. The map pressure is just so high coming up from KLH.
They have already down 2 turrets on the side of the top lane.
I don't know why.
Lane, the first turret has already gone down.
I don't know why I said region pressure. I think I've been playing too much SimCity. I think Swanee here going. Golden is taking no damage whatsoever. The death mark kind of gets fizzled out from that point in time. It will go on cooldown and just brilliant, nicely done by Nixwater. Kato once also got very low safety here, going to be able to tag him out. They use Wither, he's going to run. Next Water getting a few of hits.
Oh.
Nice use of the Lantern there. Great assist by Red Hot Rays.
Yep, that was overall a great play there. And good move on the Painted One's part to actually click the Lantern.
Yeah, that was all good.
Yes.
So, SAJ here getting another Dragon. I'm going to help lower down the initial. And here we go, Butterfly in that time. Cannon going in for that fight. Stunning a few in the process. They're going to pick up safety easily first. XXS dropping very low. Well, Nick's Water also at unprecedented low levels. Wildland's going to try and gun for the kill. T1's that reset. Is he going to use the rocket jump? Yes, coming in one kill. Junie also to drop down one more time. Another buster shot. Another rocket jump going to come in. Archie dropping very low, dropping out the barrier. Is he going to jump one more time? KLH Golden's getting that kill. And now they're looking out for Archie. It's all, yes, that Wither. It's going to be more than enough. Bam.
Auto attack.
Pulls. Ace.
And a slap to the face
that
by
ace by the Gnosis. I don't know, just very one-sided fighting. I was going to think that SAJ is going to make a comeback with that fight. I mean, they caught out brilliantly safety, managed to tag down a few hits.
Yeah, and Nick Water actually did a very good move on his part just now during the fight with Gnosis.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, this is just to show KLH already has the items to deal with this, and there's not enough damage output coming out from SAJ.
Yeah, but overall, I'd say that was a great play by XXF. He, one person alone, despite not being a tank, was able to zone out 3 people.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was the one-man army there. That's how farmed that he's at sitting at 193, has the Seeker's Arm Guard, has the Abyssal Scepter, so it means he has those defensive stats. And in Electric Surge form, he's got bonus stats as well, right?
Yep. So with all those combined with together with his Slicing Maelstrom stun, he was able to lock out 3 members from the side of SAJ for a good 5 seconds of the fight.
Exactly.
Over.
But Wildlands now, man, really putting in that pressure with all that damage. Right now, what we're seeing, Golden, he already has that Black Cleaver stacked on top of it. So much 80 damage already coming out from the side of KLH. So a Black Cleaver, Mamma Mia, going to be fantastic. Kato once dropping very low, lots of damage. Golden coming in for Nick's Water once again. He's just waiting, not going to pop that death mark. Very smart choice here coming up from Golden, forcing Ninja just rock another player down.
Yep, he knew that Nick's Water was going to use the Zonia's Hourglass the moment Deathmark came out.
Yeah.
So he saved it, forced Nick's Water to burn it before Deathmark came out, finished him off with his E.
Yes.
And used his Deathmark on safety instead.
Yeah, that was just good play, smart, intuitive play there by Golden. This is why he's always played a lot of assassin type champions in mid lane, right? Ever since he was good at that in Season 2. Season 3, he kind of fell off because he wasn't playing those type of champions. And now, with back at his instinct for playing Zed, I'm starting to see some pretty good plays coming out of him. A lot of potential to improve, obviously, but this is a good step forward for KLH.
Yep, they should be able to take this game in the bag. They have the Baron pretty much secured.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that they can take it away from him.
Nice try by the Ezreal
Nice
there.
try, guy. And really, the only song that's playing through my head right now as I'm watching this game is Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. A lot of kills just going out, in-out for KLH. And SAJ has no way of responding to it.
They tried to, but most of the times their attempts failed pretty miserably.
Yeah, pretty futile. Jarvan is not tank enough to kind of deal with what KLH is pushing out in terms of damage. And even the DPS coming out from SAJ is very lackluster at the moment.
You can see the player that carried them in Season 2 isn't really doing too well in the item department. He only has, his score is 1:5, only has the Icebound Gauntlet and the Muramana, whereas for Tristana, she's already a player of the Ruin King, gonna build up to that, what's that,
This item?
This item.
Which item is that?
Mercurial Scimitar.
Ah, the Mercurial Scimitar.
She's gonna build that up soon to kind of counter the ultimate from Nick's Water there. So SAJ here gonna go back to base, pick up some items there, and just secure the next team fight if they possibly can. Wither being thrown down onto the Ezreal to prevent him from dealing too much damage. Now the pressure is on multiple lanes as XXF pushes top together with Golden's over at the bottom lane, just gonna do a lot of split pushing this game. And in the mid lane, the Nasus is just spirit firing away all the minions. Yep, here you go. The second turret at the bottom lane will easily get taken out. Actually, not so easy. And Walan's
Now Walan's just gonna tear it through very easily, getting a bit of that turning purple with the Melvin Visions, but it's not gonna be enough. Here Tainted One's going to try to go for the hard again. Safety walks into the wall. He's gonna go straight onto Tainted Ones. They use the lantern, escape from that fight. Great mechanical play coming in and synergy teamwork coming from Scale Hunters.
It's like they already have it all planned down. They were probably saying like the moment Safety throws Cataclysm, throw your lantern
grab my lantern,
inside.
get out of it. That's just very smart play coming out the side of the Fallen for Hunters. And XXF doing that split push strat that is working so much in their favor at the moment.
Yep, the minion wave has already built up at the top lane. You can see they are forcing Diana to go and respond to his insane amount of push.
Right, and Diana has no way of actually answering to XXF. He has the range, he can push out easily, just needs to use a bit of the, auto attack. He doesn't need to do this electric surge / lightning rush.
Yeah, and now he also has the side of Carriage also has the Baron buff, so they will be able to outpoke KLH here.
A lot of the only thing is that Archie here is going to be super irritating with the Iceborne Gauntlet build.
Yeah.
It stops waves very easily, it stops engagements. I'm a big fan of the blue build Izzy, but then again, blue build falls off very fast. I'm going to go with better picks like Varus these days.
Yeah, Varus is one of those champions with extremely high both magic and physical damage.
Right.
His W uses magical base and percent base. It's kind of like Kog'Maw, less damagey, but still potent.
Right, and the thing is that Tristana, what she's missing now really is just the levels. She needs that extra level. When she's 16, she's gonna outrange almost everyone already.
Yep.
That 16 is gonna allow her to stand from a safe distance from the turret, and that will allow Goldens to actually just stand side by side, vis-a-vis each other. Bam! Go in for knife kill, shoot. They should be able to get this squeaky clean.
You can see a Tristana, they're gonna be able to max out all her spells. That means her rocket jump will actually do decent amount of damage, but in the late game, not too much.
It's gonna be really just about getting Tristana in a safe spot, down those turrets, and then more or less you're in the clear.
Yeah, you're green.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, and now 10,000 gold difference at the 27, well, almost 28-minute mark. KLH just going all across the map for objective power. I think SAJ, what they can do now is train their base defense. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they can train their base defense strategies right now.
Yep, you can see TPA came out from underdog in base defense to God of the Arenas.
God of the Arenas. They don't need base defense. All they need is to go in your face and win the game.
But you do remember initially TPA, the way they played was a lot of very defensive play. They turtled a lot of games out.
Back in the first season of GPL when we were still casting the other a lot more, it was a period of time when when TPA would be losing so bad in lane.
10k goal deficit.
And suddenly they come back. And suddenly they come back. One of the days, now they're world champs, man. They're world champs.
They laugh at your face with their aggressive play.
They laugh at your face.
They laugh at your face.
So back in mid lane, Walan's here getting that farm, as much farm as possible, trying to push it out, get a bit more farm. You know, nothing can stop this Tristana sitting at 185 CS, has the Quicksilver Sash, has not gone back to base to itemize yet, sitting at the bonus 2005. Guys, pick up those items, go back. They already wasted that Baron buff, I would say. That split push.
Yeah, they attempted, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah, it didn't really work out. So this is definitely going to be them need to have a response. The longer they wait, the more chances they're giving SAJ to kind of recover this fight. I don't necessarily think it's going to be easy recovery, but there is always that chance. And the more chances you give your opponents, that's I mean, you show weakness lah, basically. You know, you show weakness, you can get taken advantage of.
Yeah, you must always adhere to the rule of no mercy.
Yes, no mercy. That's what League is about. Don't show any mercy to your champions.
You show mercy, you lose.
Yeah.
And how many ranked games have we played where we started trolling and we lost? From a super winning game.
Oh my goodness. Just too many, man. Just too many, man. Just too many. Life is terrible when I duo queue with you, dude.
We always lose.
Yeah. Need to play with hardcore like players who just want to win, like oh man, like Justin.
Like Meep.
Yeah.
Oh, Meep doesn't really.
No, Meep doesn't throw at all, man. Doesn't throw at all. So SAJ here, sitting in base carefully. KLH, not sure what they're waiting for, but they're waiting
for the right moment.
The right moment. Tristana picked up the Infinity Edge, man. This Infinity Edge better help them win the game. That's all they need. That's all they need is to go head first into the into the slide.
Well, that's actually a decent chunk of damage off 21's health.
Yeah, it's a bit more because all he needs though is just to Q once because Spirit Visage is the main thing keeping him up.
It's like boom, 200 health.
Yeah, you suddenly get, that's the crazy part about Nessus. You got free lifesteal, you get Spirit Visage, you use your ultimate, you're sustaining your health based on just auto attacking.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Especially when you on your Q as well, it gives you back even more health than usual. And you can see Baron respawning and into the fray. Like, he just poked his head up and 5 people started smashing it.
It's very rude, I feel. It's really very rude.
But I wake up in the morning and feel...
I wake up in the morning and die.
Yeah. It's like 5 of your mom start smashing your head inwards the moment you wake up.
Is that what your mom does to you? Smashes you when you wake up? Oh, here they go. Safety out position. A nice Lulu ult coming as well. Oh my goodness, this is a brilliant team fight here for SAJ. Archie gets 1 kill. Golden coming from the side. XXF uses the ultimate. SAJ's Big Swatter also dropping to unprecedented low levels. He's going to be coming out. Wildlands though having 3 shots at the back. He's going to jump in. Madness all around. And you know what? KLH comes out on top of that. It was a very, very nice play coming from SAJ, but just not enough to win.
Yep, that Baron buff together with the 10k gold deficit has proven too much for SAJ to handle. And all Tristana needs to do was pew 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 pew.
Yeah, she had 3 shots. The best part was the 3 shots that came out of it. And I think KLH is going to walk away with this.
Bye-bye.
Right now. Like, they can just... They're not going to. They're going to go for another turret, you know.
Well, better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. They have about 20 seconds, so this is also a smart move, I would say.
Yep. And second inhibitor has been destroyed, so that will give them a lot of more map control in this game. They could easily just roam around, pick up all the buffs, but I think they should just end the game right here, right now.
What they want to do right now is actually, or at least what I think they're going to do, is push out those lanes. Because once they have those 2 lanes, both top and mid, pushing in, they can easily just go any of them, swing to the bottom, clear it up, and I'm pretty sure SAJ has no chance of recovery from this.
Yep, you can see KLH now all with that goal advantage, gonna teleport back to base, pick up all their big ticket items and try to end this game.
Big ticket items, definitely right. Zed went to pick up, finally upgrade the boots for the mobility boots.
At this stage of the game is a really ironic boots to go
for. That's Golden trolling. He knows he's won. And I was mistaken. Although he spec'd for AP for the hybrid runes, he didn't go for the big rune king. Too mainstream, I guess.
He went for full AP build.
Yeah,
maybe he is seeing that the side of SAJ is building quite a bit of armor.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I generally would think so.
As you see the composition from the side of KLH, I have all. If Cannon goes physical as well, they have very little magical damage.
Alright, so Tainted Ones here coming in from the side. XXF as well. They don't want to waste this Baron buff.
They haven't
still
really
going,
wasted it.
Yeah, I mean, but they're still going for Dragon, which is probably insignificant at this point in time.
Well, that 1k gold advantage also insignificant. 1 out of 61 of their total gold amount right now.
Oh man, 1 out of 61? What a great significant number.
And here they are gonna move towards the bottom lane. Try to secure the last final turret there.
Yep. And here we go, KLH going in for that fight, 1-on-1. Bottom lane, it's Nick's Water versus the XXF. And see how I call him the XXF is a very respectable thing, right?
The
XXF, the Goldens, the Tainted Ones, and the Red Hot Rays going in for the last.
It's kind of like you're naming Canon the band, the XX.
The XX. Oh man, the XX. I can't wait for them to come to Singapore, and I won't be here. So they're pushing on that bot lane. They need Tristana. All they need is Tristana, fully itemized, more or less. She's got like the 5 core items, missing out 1 piece, maybe Last Whisper.
Yeah, that is true, but even without Last Whisper, she will be dishing out a lot of damage there.
That's right, the opponents don't have that much armor per se. No Aegis of the Legion whatsoever as well. So Wildlands here needs to start sieging that turret though. Like, I feel like he's just wasting a lot of time.
Oh, that is a very, very scary position to be in. Because the knockup might actually cost them AD carry there.
Exactly. Wow, Wildlands taking just a truckload of damage. Will be able to heal up from the Blade of the Ruin King, plus just PD being useful.
It's quite ironic to see Malzahar dishing out the damage and Malzahar giving the minion out for Tristana to do back from the damage.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks to be him. But they're spending a lot of time in this turret when I think they got a lot of better things they could do with this time.
Yep, but they have already down 2 inhibitors. There's nothing else much they can do. Probably get 1 guy to split push to push the minions in to force them back to their nexus.
Yeah, I think they could easily send Tristana away from this lane and then
and get her to jump back in after that. but if they do that, it runs the risk of her putting herself in a pretty compromising position.
Oh wow, Drew taking just tons of damage there coming in from the side of SAJ. The problem with SAJ is that they got a lot of poke and harass and wave clear, so that split push was the answer actually.
I should be a manager.
And okay, but slowly but surely, Walat is getting some hits off that turret. Tainted One's taking a really just a good amount of damage. Mixwater picks up that kill. And will this be the turnaround? Will this be the warm combo? Golden's going in very, very strong. Wallace at the side needs to start pulling out that DPS. Because his teammates are falling and falling quick. Getting one, he jumps out of harm's way.
But he can't go back in, he can't take the risk for this. He goes back. Golden does have the the Guardian Angels. And Mixwater not having his out. Is he going to overstay his welcome? Will the jump go in? He decides to back out as it is a bit too risky to go in for the final engage.
Yeah. He could burst them down. He has not used his
Buster,
ultimate yet. Yeah. Which is kind of strange because I thought that he would have wanted to go in for that Buster shot as soon as possible to kind of disengage the opponents who were on his carries. But that wasn't the case.
Oh, Walan's here gonna be dead pretty soon. Does manage to get away. Gonna camp in the bush like a sneaky guy he is. Just gonna continue running, and the final mystic shot just gonna secure the kill, and we see a dead fire killer. This is about
fire killer. The firefighter. Whoa, dude, we're not that violent. We don't kill fires.
Like we could. I mean, we could with water though.
Water. I got so many things going on to my head right now. And this game is dragging way beyond it should be. And I think this is the problem that KLH faces a lot of times. They don't know how to close their games, right? So it was very obvious that he could have done the split push, just win it out. But these kind of decisions going against a fast wave clear team like SAJ. Welzahar Diana and blue build Izzy screams death. You know, that's how it is. I don't know. I think it was a bad call.
Yeah, they should have just split pushed. They could have they have a lot of these engaged, they could easily get out of harm's way.
Right,
they have a Lulu, they have an Ezreal.
Right, and they dropped the Baron buff because of plays like that.
Tainted Ones here, gonna be... Yeah, but the surprising thing is Tainted Ones, being so tanky as he is, got destroyed really, really quickly into the team fight.
Yeah, I mean, there was no follow-up by the side of KLH.
They could have just died. The turret was hitting Tainted Ones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Seems like SAJ will wait out another Baron. It will be respawned. It has respawned actually. Lulu here gonna get destroyed very, very quickly. Wild Grove wouldn't be able to save his life. And now KLH will be effectively able to pick up a free Baron. But not too sure how SAJ will respond to this. They are down a support. So that means one of their big ticket survival skills, the Wild Grove will be down. XSF goes in for the flash. But the out from Malzahar puts too much damage as he gets destroyed before the fight even begins. Zed here getting very low. SAJ here going in for the kill. Tainted One's over in the backline, will be able to win this fight. Tristana still at full health. Zed still surprisingly survives.
Oh, going in for the double jump. Triple jump, and I think this one's gonna go down for this one. No way, the triple kill comes out for Golden, and I think they're gonna go just end the game right from here. I thought KLH was done for. That team fight went so well for SAJ. They threw out everything they had. XXF was not even able to drop down the ultimate.
Yep, I was actually very surprised that Golden survived that fight. He went in with his death mark with about 1/3 health, and he actually managed to escape with around 400 health remaining there. And Walan's here still gonna take the inhibitor, strangely enough. Yep, finally he's deciding to attack the right target, gonna down the Nexus turret.
I mean, they've got Walan's here. All he needs to do is just Q and win. You know how. And how amazing this game was. Finally, KLH getting another game off of SAJ. Congratulations to the guys. So it means they're up 1 point. I mean, they lost one game, but they also won another. So all is not lost for KLH this season.
KLH did fantastically this game, if I might say so.
I would say that they did win the lanes very well. The closing at the bottom lane, really, after the first Baron itself, was pretty bad. But now
that 5-man push in a situation where they didn't need to do it.
Yeah, definitely not my cup of tea. Overall, congratulations to KLH. A brilliant game played. So this is more or less the end of tonight's cast of the GPL. We'll see you guys, well, tomorrow there'll still be games on casted by the Malaysian side. So we'll see you tomorrow and the following weeks to come. I mean, you'll see them in the following weeks to come.
Yep.
So have fun, take care, guys. This is Elliot signing off, and Darren as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.